Welcome one, welcome all, and welcome to the AD2L Season 43 Champion League Upper Bracket Round 1 matchup between Team Awesome and Family of Golf. My name is Fennec, joined by Minnesota Nice, and Family of Golf got Angry Sun, going to be subbing for them in some position. Not sure if it's mid lane or not, even though that is his main. But with that, first ban Visage, banned against Team Awesome's POS 3 player. He is a Visage spammer. He does like to rat with it. Has won them games before that I've casted. As Team Awesome, so far the ban's pretty standard. Tinker and Magnus being taken off the table off the start.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Two just strong heroes. When you're watching a game, do you enjoy watching Tinker games or not? I feel like I'm in the minority of them.
I think it depends on the Tinker. Realistically,
I think Dota is the most fun when heroes that can do a lot and are complicated are good. Your invokers, your meepos, even like heroes like that, and I think Tinker has one of those high skill ceilings, and I love watching a good Tinker.
I do love watching a good Tinker. I think right now the problem is that, like, I feel like his skill floor is a lot lower than perhaps it normally would be. Just due to the nature of his abilities, being able to get easy shields on people, easy heals on people, right? I feel like that's oftentimes the case as when Tinker support is good, less time the case when Tinker when Tinker core is good, but it's like this healing March of the Machines is just very difficult to deal with at a lot, and it's not really as high skill as like the bounce around the map, TP everywhere, just constantly be everywhere on the map in a menace type of split pushing Tinker that I think is more common when he's core. Well, that's just me.
Yeah,
he's banned out. It's going to be banned out every game.
And I think it's less fun nowadays because you used to go like Shiva's Guard and other things like that, where it's like you can get like 3 Shiva's Guards exploding at the same time. It's kind of fun. And now they're just like Agnum Scepter, and I'm going to hit you with a laser from half a mile away and take, 2/3 of your health.
Yeah. Bans from Family of Golf. Yeah, taking Phoenix out of the pool. They take Beastmaster out of the pool as well. So,
go for a
Night Stalker. So they're really kind of trying to drill down on Team Awesome's 3. I know he plays a Nature's Prophet 3. I wouldn't be surprised if they just pick Nature's Prophet here as like a flex. Because otherwise I believe it's probably going to be banned against him. He's already got his signature Visage taken out. Beastmaster kind of in that same vein, right? So we'll see. Night Stalker I think is just a very good pickup right now.
Yeah, and he's great against the Nature's Prophet. He's a great hunter. So ooh, Jakiro though.
Yeah.
All right, now which talent did they go on the Jakiro? Because I've been watching a lot of Gaming Gladiators recently, and Malady really likes his is it a double attack or something like that? I forget what it's called. Yes. Over the ice crash, and it hurts in the laning phase. That is no joke.
It does. I think that like Yeah, it does hurt in laning phase. I think it's just probably the best facet on Jakiro right now. If I went on Pro Tracker, it's probably his most taken.
I think Crash is still probably. I mean, Crash is so good. I mean, having that large
you're right.
of a-
Icebreaker is taken. Actually, Twin Terror is actually the least taken of it. There was like
I'm sure.
probably last patch it was like Twin Terror, but yeah, people are going Icebreaker. Twin Terror currently sitting 7% pick rate is POS 5.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
As POS 4, 9% win rate. So
it would be a long shot. The Icebreaker is just so good. I mean, having another stun, I mean, just as damage. Silencer ban too. Oh, a Marcy pick. Okay.
I assume this is going to be a support Marcy. I'm not sure that their POS 3, whose name is escaping me, or his real name is escaping me, plays Marcy. But I wouldn't be surprised because he does like playing these kind of weird heroes that can sit in a sideline and split. And Marcy's pretty good at that. Has a lot of escape tools, has a lot of engage tools. I think it's just a all-around good support, good combo with the Jakiro as well. Can, Ice Path stun into Dispose flip into Ice Path stun, right? So
yeah, not to mention rebound's just great, and I think Marcy is in a really, really strong spot right now. I think she's just really in a good spot, I should say.
I think it's a little bit dicey into the likes of a Night Stalker because Marcy can't really counter engage on top of Night Stalker when he's got the silence up, right? And she pops her ultimate, goes back in with rebound, gets the stun, maybe gets some damage onto the Night Stalker, but can't use any of her other abilities, can't escape out of that. So and can't dispose him, right? Can only stun him with rebound. But regardless, support pickups in a Night Stalker, I think pretty much all of them kind of are a bit difficult to deal with because Night Stalker just likes diving people and supports don't like being dove. I think core pickups are going to be pretty important here for Team Awesome, especially their 1-2, some sort of 2 that can get counter engage going. It's Winter Wyvern for Family of Golf. Now, I assume this is going to be support because barely anyone plays at core except for people like me. But and you've got a Night Stalker already, so this has to be support, right? Because I don't think you play Wyvern mid, and I don't think you play Wyvern mid when you play her core at all. So I do like it. It's good into Marcy.
It's very
just
good into
generally.
Marcy isn't going to hate to jump into a Winter's Curse, much less you jump on someone and try to beat them down, and you can just cold embrace them. Yeah, it's a great pick here. I really like it. It also deters them from getting like a frontlining kind of strength hero as well, because Arctic Burn is going to hurt so bad, and you could flex this to a 5 or a 4. So
yeah,
you also make your laning phase a lot easier.
I mean, yeah, I think the biggest deterrent Winter Wyvern gives is it deters Lifestealer because the Lifestealer lane is basically unplayable versus Wyvern. If you flex it 4, they go for Wraith King. I am actually unsure, despite the fact that I spam Wyvern, the interaction between the... Okay, because there's just hasn't been a whole lot of Wraith King at all over the last couple of patches, but he's back up. With the interaction between the skeletons and Winter's Curses. If the skeleton, because some controlled units get cursed, such as Eidolons, some don't. So if the skeletons are cursed, I think this is just probably not the greatest Wraith King pick. But if the skeletons aren't cursed, then it's whatever. You're gonna have to pick a strength hero to pair with this Marcy anyway, because you have an int hero in the Jakiro. So you're gonna have to. Someone's gonna get countered by the Arctic Burn. Might as well be with someone with 2 lives, right?
Yep. I think they do get Winter's Cursed.
I think they get taunted as well, but I'm just never 100% on that because Wraith King is just so uncommon, or was so uncommon until this C patch, right? And then is back up in priority because they really buffed Bone Guard.
And yeah, he's not going to take his other facets, so we'll get to see. I'm sure at least one skeleton will walk into a Winter's Curse. Ooh, a Tide. Okay.
I don't think either of these cores want to lane into a Winter Wyvern, and Tide Marcy seems to be your lane, right? And if that's Winter Wyvern 5, that's just a really tough lane. Marcy does have tools to get on top of Wyvern, and especially if it's laning with a Slark, because you don't really have any sort of melee protection. or you don't really have any sort of beefy protection, even though Slark's the melee. But double melee lanes in a Winter Wyvern are always kind of cursed. Marcy does have tools to engage on top of her, but I do think that this can be a bit difficult when you've taken 2 strength cores into a Wyvern to actually, make a huge impact. I do say that though, like this is if Wyvern is like core Wyvern. I think this is a good game for if you are playing support Wyvern to actually go the right click Wyvern build, just because you have 3 strength heroes on the enemy team. But I know a lot of support Wyverns don't really like doing that, or a lot of players that play with support Wyverns don't really like it when she goes right click. But I do think that this is like actually a very good game for like a Witchblade as first item instead of going
Witchblade item.
I think it's better to go Witchblade here than it is to go Holy Locket. We'll see. Some support Wyverns just like going the Blink Rush, which I think also has value versus Wraith King and Marcy. So
I think you're going a little too aggressive if you're going for the Blink, because you're going to have a Shadow Shaman that also wants to get a Blink Dagger really, really badly. So I don't know. I think this might be a both teams full offense all the time. Like no Glimmer Capes, no Force Staffs, Blink Daggers, go in and take team fights.
Now, what I will say, yeah, go ahead.
Go.
Okay. I'll go.
I was gonna say, I think the Slark pick is really, really good this time because 1, Tidehunter hates landing against him. 2, if you're gonna farm Agi, what's better than having 1 life is having a tanky core with 2 lives. So this Slark is going to feast this game.
Yeah, I do like the Slark in a vacuum. Storm Spirit also. That one's an Angry Sun special, so we'll see if this is an Angry Sun mid here. But yeah, I mean, Slark just very good in the strength heroes as well, right? So you have this Wyvern and this Slark. If it goes right click Wyvern, I will say they have basically 0 peel for this Wyvern in the backline. The very bad protection because Shaman wants to blink in, Night Stalker wants to dive, Storm wants to dive, Slark wants to dive, right? So Winter Wyvern kind of has to dive with the rest of the team here, play proactively with Curse instead of reactively, which I think if you're going right click build, you typically use Curse as a reactive spell. So we'll see how they decide to play it. So it's going to be Counter Terrorist Tidehunter. I mean, not really that same rat style that I've become accustomed to with him playing, but I do think definitely can be a menace potentially. I don't know, man. I just don't like Tidehunter, Wraith, and Marcy in a Winter Wyvern and Slark. Even if the Marcy's able to get on top of the Wyvern, like you still have to deal with this Slark who's going to absolutely ravage through both of your strength cores. And it's either a core Jakiro or Disruptor or Marcy here. Hold on. Is it all
it's
3 strength
Marcy.
cores?
It's
a core Marcy, yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
That's an even worse lane into the Wyvern, I feel.
Yeah.
No, because Tidehunter's playing core. So it's Marcy 1, so it's landing into Shaman Night Stalker?
Probably Shaman Night Stalker is my guess too.
No, but they have well, no, it's Marcy mid. Who's the mid here? It's either Marcy mid or Jakiro mid, right? Like it would have to be. If it is a
Jakiro mid, I will eat my hat.
This is the problem. I've casted this team before, but I keep forgetting who's what position. But
this one's on you, dog. I've never casted.
I do know Counter Terrorist is going to play 3. Right.
Okay.
So that is Tidehunter, and I do know this Wraith King's going to be run. So some combination, one of Marcy, Disruptor, or Jakiro is going to play mid. I know Jakiro mid. Marcy. I doubt it's a Jakiro mid. I feel like it would have to be Marcy mid here. Let me take a look at items. Shrimp Tech has the ward and full magic wand. Not saving for bottle, but has the ward. Leon has support items, and so does Big Sock. So gonna have to it is Marcy mid. I don't love this lane into Night Stalker or into Storm Spirit actually. I feel like if you're gonna take this Marcy as a flex, that's when you flex it into support and you get a better pick in the bye Rusty.
Have a good one, Shadow Shaman. Have a fun trip back to the base. Oh, the chicken. He's gonna go down. And they're gonna give it to the Marcy, so it's gonna be an early bottle. That's very nice. Also, best Marcy set in the game. You get a little panda on your back. Come on.
It is a good Marcy set. I feel like they've really leaned into the weeb skins for Marcy. There's like the magical girl Marcy set, which honestly is actually like it looks like it comes straight out of the other MOBA, right? Bernie Sanders. I'm not sure you want this.
Oh,
has to take Pounce level 1. That's unfortunate.
Oh, that's so painful. He can still apply essence shift stacks though. Don't worry. Yeah, they're just gonna split bounty runes. Yeah, Marcy's skins I think are some of the best ones in the game. I love the Little Red Riding Hood one too. That one's very, very good.
Yeah, the Red Riding Hood's, I mean, yeah, it's good. That like Marcy definitely has the appeal of a lot of League of Legends champions. Like that same kind of way with the skins and stuff, so they know what they were doing with the hero. but also like Marcy is significantly more interesting a character than the League of Legends equivalent in Sona. I say as I still, despite the fact that I have uninstalled League of Legends from my computer and I've not played it in months, and even for the period of time where I completely wasn't playing League of Legends, have a Sona background on my computer because it's got like muted pastels and stuff, and she's making music, which is a lot of fun. But like Marcy's a whole lot more. Well, Marcy's a whole lot more expressive of a character than Sona, I think. But like, yeah. But like, again,
kind of an odd thing in this bot lane. Leon, was fighting and then came back to lane without any mana. So I don't know what what they're gonna do exactly a ton. They're gonna get another dual breath, but no regen. Regen's got to be flying out, right? Okay, Clarity, Mango, Tangos. Yeah, he'll be sticking around in lane, but
so, yeah, they opted for the Wyvern 4 here into the Wraith King lane. I think this is actually probably correct. Took the level 1 point in Arctic Burn. If you max Arctic Burn in this lane, oh, beautiful level 2. Gets the W. Skull should be very low here.
I think Skull's okay.
He's probably gonna trade Leon instead, but
Leon has to be very careful.
But that's the thing, right? Take the Arctic Burn into the Wraith King, and it's such a bad lane for the Wraith King. The few times I have laned Wyvern into Wraith King, because I do play this hero 3, it's just really bad for Wraith. Because even with 2 points in Arctic Burn, like if you go 2-1-0 or 2-1-1, can be really, really difficult to actually step up to the wave every time Arctic Burn's up. Just because it's taking 6% health per second with level 2. Or 6% current health per second.
Leon's got to be careful bottom, but also Jax is on the other side.
Chev has
very
no
careful
mana.
Too.
Jax is pretty low. Arctic Burn ends. They're gonna play for the 3 minute here. It's pretty important to actually get this onto the Wyvern because you really, really want mana for Arctic Burn. It costs 100 mana. Jax, I think, maybe you hold it and keep it for Jax, but it's nighttime, so night talks are still gonna be relatively strong.
Looking around, Storm Spirit versus Marcy. Marcy's actually coming out pretty well on top. Oh, and up top,
Bernie Sanders.
It's an essence shift stack for this Slark.
Yeah, I think no matter who you lane up top here, even with Disruptor, which I understand why they picked Disruptor, right? Because in theory it counters Slark. You just kind of glimpse him back. But in the early levels, it's very difficult to deal with him when he goes on you, especially when you have Rusty Shackleford shackling people on the Shaman. Grant you, Slark in a tide is traditionally just a very good lane for Slark.
Yep, loves the strength, loves to hit that hero. What do you care about Anchor Smash? And up top, they're going to go onto the Slark.
Get the leash, he goes ahead to spell that off, but... Yeah, I mean, I think these lanes are just probably 3 winning lanes for Family of Golf here. Like, I don't love this idea of taking the Marcy into the Storm. However, she is 5 CS and 2 denies up on Angry Sun. So... But I think a lot of that came from, the First Blood making up the difference in the net worth here, saying 500 net worth up. But, Angry Sun's going to be able to manage this quite well. Storm is his most played hero. Although the Dodo Plus won't show that, but...
Oh, the Riposte mid.
Yeah.
Riposte? No. Dispose.
Riposte is Fiora's counter ability. I am outing you because you admitted it. You admitted to playing League of Legends on the stream
like
we had
4
last night.
years ago.
You know, but like if some people make fun of me when I accidentally call a League of Legends ability in this game, so like I can make fun of you here.
I've slowly played less and less Dota, and you used to be able to like whip out every single spell in the game like no problem, and I'm now like, what are Ringmaster's abilities called?
That's why you just hover over them when you've got them clicking, and you're like, oh yeah, that's Ringmaster's ability. Or you're like me and have a cheat sheet on your second monitor. Big dive from Shrimp Tech, hitting level 6. Angry Sun cannot zoom out of this. Good level 6 from Shrimp Tech. Chef comes back in, gonna get some damage with the Arctic Burn, but is glimpsed back by Big Sock. Yeah, and Shrimp Tech just hitting level 6 first. Gets the kill. Can't zip out as the storm.
That was literally the first blood. The first blood difference.
Yeah.
Got it and immediately went on to him.
Again, though, like, even though you've lost this mid lane, you've won your other 2 lanes. Marcy's going to be a menace, sitting almost 1,000 gold clear, sitting 800 gold clear of Bernie Sanders right now. But I think, generally speaking, you're very happy with your side lanes right now. Storm hit 6. He's going to be able to farm back up. So, not too upset with losing the mid lane here. But you are going to need to mitigate this Marcy. Sitting level 7, has a completed Orb of Corrosion, bottle, magic wand, sitting about 1,000 gold now too. So
a gift from the tempest of battle.
The other thing is, like, I hate to say it, but I feel like counter terrorist on Tidehunter is just kind of a waste of the player. I mean, obviously, he's a 3 player. He's gonna, most 3 players, unless they're like me, like, will play Tide. He's meta. He's gonna, do Tidehunter things. But
bottom, they're gonna go on to this Night Stalker, and there is no counterplay to this. Jax is just gonna die.
TP's in. Will feed his life for it as well.
What are you gonna do? Turn into a chicken. That's what he's gonna do.
Split bounty though, so at least it doesn't all go on a shrimp. But they've got to do something about this Marcy now. She's snowballing pretty heavily, about to get phase boots. Just gonna be an absolute menace across the map. I think this is kind of the danger of the Marcy core. Like, in theory, I feel like, I mean, grant you, Angry Sun tells me that it's a losing lane for the for the Storm Spirit later. Better be him. He knows both these heroes better than I do. But it does to me seem like that's the second time I've seen Chev hit Splinter Blast on top of a hero. Does he not play this hero? He's silver. That's a little bit sus. Also, taking second point in Splinter Blast. This game, you've got 3 strength cores in the enemy team. He's building, Arcane's Blink Dagger, Rod of Atos. I'm not, I feel like I say this as someone who pretty much exclusively plays the hero right click, but I feel like if there's a game to go right click, this is it. Night Stalker gonna park the Dark Ascension, trying to make a move on Skull Bot. Only has level 5, so they should be able to kill this Wraith King, and they're gonna try to give the solo kill over the Jax. They do. Leon TPing in, but can't stop a free pathing Jax. Meanwhile,
1 creep away from getting
dive happening top
the
side.
level he needed. Storm Spirit's gonna get a
take
kill.
Down the Slark and the Jakiro as well. So 2 for 1 across the map. They lose their Slark for the Wraith King. But I am
push bottom as well now.
I just feel like Arcane Blink is just kind of the wrong build on this hero for this game. Because, like, yes, getting Winter's Curse on a Marcy after she's popped Unleash is definitely very worth, right? Because Marcy can just kind of run through people and kill them, as can the summons from Bone Guard, right? But at the same time, you're missing out on a whole lot of damage towards the 3 strength cores, I must reiterate, on the enemy team. Like, Arctic Burn shreds it with the extra attack speed, that shreds them with the extra attack speed. Like, it's not even, like, you can still go Blink Dagger, but like if you go Arcane If you max Q instead of W, and then you go Arcane, Arcane Witchblade, it feels so good this game. But, you know, I feel like a lot of support Wyvern players are just more used to playing ult on a stick right now, so go with what's comfortable, I guess.
And I don't think it's the wrong. I don't think there's any wrong way to play the Wyvern right now. I think the Blink Dagger, I mean, like I said, I think this game is going to be all gas, no breaks. Shadow Shaman is going for a Glimmer Cape, so not going right into that Blink Dagger, so maybe a little bit of breakage.
Yeah.
But he still doesn't have his 6, and at 11, or probably going to get it around 11 minutes, which is not fun.
They do have to kill this Marcy, though. 1400 gold above the next highest core in this game.
She's well on her way.
They need to kill the Marcy. They need to get that kill on top of the Slark, who's playing for Diffusal, sitting about 900 gold away from that. But, like, they need to get 3 people on a Marcy all alone and just kill her. Chev, still only level 5, doesn't even have Curse right now, so, like, has to play greedy with farm, but it's not looking good for these supports for Family of Golf. I think they lost their wisdoms is what happened here.
Probably. Slark is also looking at getting almost at his Diffusal Blade, which will be, you know, Slark with the Diffusal Blade, he can start roaming the map and getting involved more. I think he did pretty well for himself against that Tide Hunter lane, so...
Dark Ascension pops.
Dark Ascension, but
save happens from the Wyvern, but it's 4v3. I think this is just with no level 6 on the supports, a 3-for-0 trade.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of cute with the shackles, but Ice Path will come in and just clear them out.
If the supports have 6 there, they win that with Curse and Wards, but... You know, losing the wisdom early on has just kind of made the situation untenable for both of them, and so Night Stalker pops Dark Ascension and really has no follow-up. Yeah, they got the Cold Embrace on him to save him from Shrimp Tech for a bit, but this is... and it's all on one hero. It is literally all on Shrimp Tech right now. This entire gold lead, so realistically, I think Family of Golf really just need to focus on the either we're not going to fight Marcy or we are going to pick out Marcy, right?
Well, and the Shadow Shaman was 5 XP away from getting his ultimate, and the Winter Wyvern was not much further off. So
yeah,
they do have the Winter's Curse now, and Shadow Shaman should be able to get his 6 when these creeps run into each other. So
yeah, Marcy playing maybe for the dive here on Angry Sun. Rusty Shackelford on the side. They might try to find Bernie Sanders farming. He has the Fusel Blade. He's trying to get the Aghanim Scepter. I mean, in theory, I think your team wins late, so just farming is definitely a strat you can do. And importantly, Counter Terrorist is not on a rat hero like the Visage or the Nature's Prophet that he's known to play. So I feel like stalling the game is definitely a viable strategy here if they want to go for it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say they just win outright the late game. Marcy, Wraith King, and Tide are going to be a pain in the butt, not to mention Macropyres and kinetic fields and all that stuff coming from or not kinetic fields, static storms coming from the
smoke on smoke action.
Disruptor is going to be huge.
It's pretty important. They need to hide Chev in this smoke right now. But the teams are smoking on opposite sides of the map, so we likely won't see a whole lot more. They might make the wrap around mid. Bernie Sanders back here. Again, Chev needs to not show until Unleash is popped. And there's the Unleash pop, and the immediate Curse on the Disruptor. That's going to be a dead Disruptor. Curse goes back on a Shrimp Tech. The Macropyre is pretty good, but the Tide Hunter gets his ultimate out, gets Bernie Sanders pretty low, has to dive away, and Chev will die here as well as the other support. So it goes 2 supports for 2. Jack's on the side. Angry Sun coming in, gets the... Tornado back of the electric vortex, excuse me, and the silence as well. But the rebound comes back in on Angry Sun. They might be able to take down Jax, but the wards do enough damage. They take down the Marcy. That's absolutely huge. Even with the triple kill going over, now the silence on a counter terrorist. Bernie Sanders is going to follow up here. It's 3v4 now with the respawns coming back in. And it ends up going 3 for 3 in that fight. But importantly, the Marcy goes down. So I think you're pretty happy about that if you're Family of Golf.
We are super happy. I mean, it just shows how much damage this Marcy can pump out. She is just a menace. But the winner's curse, and you can burn off some of that Marcy ult. And what do? What? It's the only thing in front of you. But the silence was good, but like the Orchid was good, but Slark able to live through it, just barely able to also hop to the high ground. So I think he's got to be a little careful, but you know what? Good. You'll take the luck when you can get it, and they played the fight pretty well. No Ravage or anything, so...
Yeah, they used Ravage, but didn't really connect much more than the two supports there. Angry Sun going Kaya BKB, so not opting for the Orchid, which I understand completely this game, right? But at the same time, I think Orchid just has a lot of value. But unfortunately for Storm, went behind, has to build defensively, has to build more towards magic damage here than the right-click procs from Overload. So big sock dying to Tormentor as Leon gets shard.
He doesn't even get shard for it.
You're a beautiful person with a charming personality.
This is Night Stalker looking at. He's got his Echo Blade, or Echo Saber, sorry. And going for a BKB, so not doing too bad. Wyvern's about halfway to a Blink Dagger, which we'll see how impactful it is. So then going for that Gleipnir, which is just a fun build.
It's just, you know, for 500 gold more, you could get a Witchblade. Don't have Q max though. Went for this my last max, but like I understand why, right? Like I think in this game, if you are set on staying back and doing nothing until Marcy hits Unleash and then blinking in and cursing, I feel like that is definitely a valid way to play the Wyvern this game, and probably correct with the Marcy so far ahead. However, I am always a little bit sad to see not right-click items on Wyvern. Smoke out from Family of Golf here.
And Shaman did go for a Ghost Scepter, so
yeah, supports
seeing that there's
defensively.
Two nasty right clickers and said, nope, I just don't want to deal with that. Wraith King with his Radiance going for a Blink Dagger as well, so
yeah, I think more smoke on smoke. Bernie Sanders might be the first one to pop here.
Like ships passing through the night.
Pushing into the triangle. We see a couple scans go out. They're going to end up connecting towards the end of the smoke here. Maybe? No.
Nope. No one's going to see anybody.
If
just
Rusty
gonna
Shepard goes into the wave, though, he's going to show on vision. Which he is. So this will be the turn. Big sock.
Are they going to look to make a fight?
The vision definitely favors Team Awesome here.
Oh, for sure. But are they going to walk up? They have a Sentry Ward up here, but no vision. Tidehunter does have a Blink Dagger and a Ravage.
Counter terrorist gets
Chicken
Hex.
Finger
They get
actually
the Dark
saved
Ascension. Shrimp Tech still hasn't popped the Unleashes. The Ice Path goes down. They get the curse onto the Tidehunter, but I don't think it's going to be nearly enough. They get down the Jakiro, but they will trade their Shadow Shaman for him as they try to dive onto the rest of the supports. The Ravage is huge. Keeps Bernie Sanders from continuing that dive. It's 1-for-1. Two supports. Jax goes back into the fight. Bernie Sanders trying to get out of the way, but counter terrorist takes him down, and a rebound kills Jax too. 3-for-1 in favor of Team Awesome, and Angry Sun has to zip away. I mean, Chev just not waiting long enough on the curse, and a great glimpse to get the kill there. Yeah, Chev not waiting on the curse until the Unleash gets popped. I mean, it's like, and you curse the Tidehunter, you keep the 3 cores out of the fight, but you weren't able to kill the 2 supports nearly fast enough with the rest of your team. So, like, not every curse needs to end up in a kill, but you know, if you have this curse specifically to counter unleash this game, you need to make sure Marcy pops the unleash first.
Yeah, not a three-man winner's curse is real good, but where is your damage? This Slark isn't fully online yet, and the Storm Spirit zips through and just can't get anything done. Gets glimpsed back, gets ravaged. It's just,
Yeah.
it is a real tough Storm Spirit game. You do not want to get touched by this disruptor or anything like that either.
Yeah, Angry Sun really needs this BKB, which, I mean, you're sitting 7k down 20 minutes, and I think it's time to play America's favorite game. Shall we play Guess the Game in?
76% to the Team Awesome.
80%. You're actually pretty close there. I think this game just favors Wraith King too much. That's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
He's back online. You know, Winter Wyvern played to counter Marcy and not to counter the Wraith King, but now the Wraith King is second in net worth, so. Rebounds on account onto the one support. Chef blinks in, tries to get the curse, stopped by the ice path, and silenced
clipped
up.
by the ice path.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
no.
hurts. That hurts a lot. I mean, it would have been a really good curse if they got it on Leon, would have then swapped to the Marcy and maybe do half her health, but unfortunately, you blink right into the ice path and end up paying the price for it. 15 seconds on the Wyvern. Trimtech pops Unleash to go for this tower, though.
Nope, just the rebound.
Unleash is on cooldown, though. Oh,
they used it to kill
the Shaman, yeah.
The Shaman, yeah.
Poor Rusty Shackleford,
feels
not able
to
to
run
land
away.
those shackles.
I thought they might have stuck around because Marcy did just get a BKB delivered with her passive innate. I don't remember how, like, they're called innates, but I really don't like that.
Yeah. Well, we have passives, which are abilities that you level, innates, which are abilities that you don't, and facets, which are innates that you select before you start the game. It's very easy.
Not to mention talents.
We have 3 names for passive. You're right. If you count talents, we have 4 names for passive abilities in this game. Really, we have 3 names for passive. We have 3 names for passive abilities in this game.
One of my friends asks sometimes, he just goes, "Do you ever wish that Dota was simpler?" And I was like, "No. I want Dota to be the most complicated game in the world and for it to be like playing chess every single game."
I mean, it's like when we had that discussion the other night about I say that Dota and League of Legends are so dissimilar in how they're actually played, like systemically and macro wise, where I don't think they're really comparable games, right? Like like to me, I feel like comparing Dota and League of Legends is like comparing Counter-Strike to Overwatch, right? Like they're both technically first-person shooters, but they're so different in how they're played other than the control scheme, right? And that's kind of how I feel about these 2 games, or about League and Dota.
Well,
because it is such
I
a
think that's
complicated
too different
game.
I think that is way too different of a comparison. Overwatch and CS don't have anything in common to each other.
I mean, that's
other
what
than
I'm
you
saying
shoot a
about
gun.
that's what I'm saying about League and Dota, though. That's what I'm saying.
But innately, that they're both MOBAs. They both have the same concept and
they're
everything.
both first-person shooters.
Zipping
Anyway,
in with
Angry
this
Sun diving
fresh
onto the support from the
BKB, going under
backside.
this
Fresh
disruptor.
BKB usage. They should be able to take down the disruptor, and they do. But the Jakiro has already committed the ultimate. Buyback on the disruptor. Mercy still has the Aegis of the Immortal and is looking for a way into the fight. The Unleash, though, popped by the curse. Not able to kill counter-terrorist, though, as he is stunned up by Rusty Shackleford. Chef being engaged on by Shrimp Tap, but the Ravage hits onto 3 members of Family of Golf, and down goes Bernie Sanders. They get the leash onto Jax as well. Shrimp Tech BKBing now, trying to find Rusty Shackleford. Instead, decides to turn on top of the Night Stalker. That's being 2 for 2. A buyback used by one of the supports by Team Awesome, but 2 cores for 2 supports and a support buyback. You are very happy about that if you're Team Awesome.
Yeah, and can't even get the Wraith King's ulti out of him.
Yeah.
Can't get the Aegis out of the Marcy's hands, so they're just going to reset and reload. Very smart ways of getting on top of that disruptor, making him buy back, but he wasn't in the fight, and Shadow Shaman is able to take care of the Tidehunter for plenty amount of time. But what happens is Tidehunter's so far in the front that it doesn't matter. The moment any stun ends, he's just going to pop his ult and hit everybody.
Yeah. The other thing about Winter's Curse is that if you hover over Winter's Curse, really, yes, it pierces debuff immunity, but it doesn't have the thing that says it can't be dispelled on it. So if you curse a counter-terrorist Tidehunter with Kraken Shell up, and he takes the damage, yeah, it's pretty annoying. It's why you really it's why you want to try to actually get Kraken Shell off of him first before you go in. But at that point, right, you curse all 3 cores, Shrimp Tech has popped the Unleash. Like, it makes sense to go for that curse, but I feel like maybe next time you want to try to get the Wraith King there instead of the Tide. Curse is up. Shrimp Tech.
Okay.
Holding on to Unleash.
Slark does have his BKB
tries to
out
find
right
Rusty, gets hexed up.
Oh, and they're gonna catch her.
Here we go. Shrimp Tech BKB,
out.
counter terrorist, going back in, trying to dive shove on the back line, gets the anchor. Skull's gonna go ahead and get the crit and take down the Winter Wyvern, who immediately buys back. Bernie Sanders dive on the back line, doesn't quite go well, but he finds the leash on top of Skull. Chev gets the curse, but it's only on top of Skull, and nobody else from the rest of this team doesn't even go down to the Wraiths, but does finally go down to the combined damage of Angry Sun and Bernie Sanders, as he had no mana to respawn. Hex lands on a counter terrorist. Shrimp Tech coming back into the fight, gets the stun on Angry Sun alongside the Ravage, which goes on all 4 members of Family of Golf right now. Shrimp Tech getting doped by Angry Sun, goes under the Aegis of the Immortal, but of course 3 buybacks there. And Marcy should go down here. Counter terrorist just gonna give a little gush as Jax gets the double kill.
He has no mana,
Terrorist
though.
now
He has
running away.
nothing
The
to get
high
out of
ground
here.
will hold here. Chev follow-up damage from the W and the slow as well. He has Kraken Shell back and available to him, so we'll be able to dispel something as Angry Sun continues zipping forward. Silence lands on Jax. The shackles end up getting dispelled by the Kraken Shell.
Doesn't matter. He's too thick.
He's out.
That's a thick watermelon.
And the high ground holds ends. The gold does go in favor of a Family of Golf there, but they expended 2 buybacks for that, and they end up losing one of their racks and their T3 bot side.
I also want to say one thing that just as that fight started, the Tidehunter picked up a pipe, popped pipe the moment that Storm Spirit started zipping in, and both of these supports were totally safe. Storm just doesn't have enough damage right now to burn through a pipe and kill off either of the supports. So you are in a really, really tough spot now as the Storm Spirit. Where do you go? What do you grab? Also, the 4-man Ravage right at the end there was massive again, so he's getting great value out of that as well.
Grr. Yeah, but I mean, it's a very good Ravage, holding on to it that long. He's got a lot of value. Has the completed Pipe of Insight, as we already mentioned. Vladimir's offering, going to Lotus Orb for Dispel. Like, it's a very tough game for Family of Golf here. I did like their draft at the start. They won both their side lanes, but Shrimp Tech way too strong in that mid lane matchup.
Well, and I think you were talking as well is just like how are you going to let this Tidehunter like not have a game, right? And you can see that he's rebounded so well that it doesn't matter. He found his farm, he found great engagements, and now he's got a pipe, he's got a plate mail. The Vladimir's offering has also been just stellar with these strength heroes and everything that want to hit heroes. It's been so good. Yeah. I've been really impressed with this. I mean, impressed with the Tidehunter as much as you can. It's really, really good itemization. And going for a nullifier onto this Night Stalker. So just trying to pick out a hero, and I don't even think if it's enough if this Night Stalker has a nullifier and you get the Storm Spirit onto, maybe if you get them onto one hero, you can take out the Disruptor or the Jakiro. You're not getting both of these supports. The supports are just going to run amok through you. Static Storm is going to hurt Storm whenever he can. So, I mean, throwing Static Storm on top of yourself isn't even that bad to keep the Storm Spirit from zipping around. You're looking at a huge Winter's Curse onto one of the supports if you really want to get something going, but I don't see how you can get onto him. This Winter Wyvern's going to be pushed away at every moment.
The way that recursive works, you have to, I think, curse Wraith King. Because the secondary curse is half the length of the first curse, including the time it takes to kill, and Bernie Sanders getting absolutely engaged.
Ravage,
I guess the BKB off just in the nick of time, but the Ravage only finds Rusty Shackleford. Diving to the backside is Jackson, Angry Sun. They get the Winter's Curse onto Leon, but unfortunately, Shrimp Tech was BKB'd, so the Winter Wyvern goes down. No buyback available. Rusty trying to get out of the dodge. Jax on the side. Gets a silence, Force Staff out of one, but in comes the rest of the team, and Angry Sun can't do a whole lot to help Jax. He ends up going down to Shrimp Tech now, and zipping out of the way is Angry Sun, leaving Bernie Sanders to die, leashed up by the anchor, stunned by the Wraith King, gets taken down. Megas have been taken, and I think that might be GG. No buybacks except for Rusty Shackleford's.
Throwing a chicken over your head to end it. That's probably GG. There's no stopping him here. Watching the Slark go into a team fight, pop his shard, and then just sit at the edge of his bubble, just not wanting to leave it, because the moment he leaves it,
yeah,
there's the
called.
GG call.
Game number 1 going over to Team Awesome. This is best of 3, so we'll see if Family of Golf is able to come back into this one and make it a series, or Team Awesome will take the 2L. We'll be right back after this. Welcome one, welcome all, and welcome back to the AD2L Season 43 Champion League Playoffs, Round 1, upper bracket matchup between Team Awesome and Family of Golf. My name is Fennec, joined by Minnesota Nice, and Team Awesome on the Radiant side. Once again, Family of Golf on the Dire side, and Team Awesome has second pick, Family of Golf has first pick. This has not changed at all. What are we going to change in the bans here? They start with a Visage ban, of course.
Run it back. I actually don't think there was anything too wrong with Golf's picks, honestly. I thought it was actually probably in their favor in like the lineup and everything. Or no. Yeah, Golf had lost the game.
Yes.
But yeah, same bans, same, just need to see where this is going to go in the picks, I guess.
I mean, I feel like if they ban Marcy, they probably ban it second rotation here. Because I don't think Team Awesome's going to first pick it. I don't know. I thought Family of Golf had better answers to Team Awesome, but like if somebody if Marcy is snowballing, there's not a lot you can do on that team, right? Because your supports just end up getting dove, and your cores really aren't able to do a whole lot. So, kind of back to the drawing board draft-wise. We'll see how Rusty does it. Again, they are playing with a substitute mid, an Angry Sun, who plays on Door Course and is the captain of Door Course, and they are still in this tournament. Sitting lower bracket, they won their first round, and they will play the loser of the other series, which I believe was already decided last Thursday. Let me double check the schedule. Yeah, so they'll be playing Ook Boys, as the loser of this match plays Backdoor Bandits, and the winner of this match plays Two Monkey Association.
Night Stalker ban. So even though it lost, they just don't want to play against it. Interesting.
That makes sense.
It was a Team Awesome. Okay. Respecting the Night Stalker.
And
there's the Marcy ban.
What hero did this let through from Family of Golf? They first picked Jakiro. That makes
They
sense.
take the Jakiro this time.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember what their third ban was there. It was Visage Night Stalker +1. And I'd like to think it was a counter-terrorist hero as well, but I can't remember.
Peeling my brain back. Shoot, I forget what it was.
5 seconds remaining.
But yeah, Jakiro, high importance, I guess. I mean, it is good. we saw it crush last game.
Dire team ban.
But the silencer. I love silencer right now. I think shouldn't say love. I think this was the one hero that I read through the patch notes and I went, this hero is going to be absolutely busted.
10 seconds remaining.
And I love him as a pause 4 or 5. Doesn't give you a lot of save, but
5 seconds
you don't need save when you're just going to blow up the enemy team.
Yeah. I think he's actually getting some stonks as mid as well, or at least that's my thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Glaives of Wisdom are still really strong. Plus, Brain Drain being, if anybody's affected by any of your abilities, you get Brain Drain, which is, I mean, such an awesome change.
Correction. Only I think that mid is good. He's only got 34 games on Pro Tracker as a mid. Pretty much all 5-4. Still with Reverberating Silence, still going, your typical silencer things.
I think you just like to play heroes in their wrong positions, don't you?
Winter Wyvern's most played position was a 3 in Heimamar games when I first picked up Wyvern 3. All right. Same with Dazzle 3, so I don't want to hear it.
I love doing it because one of my friends, one of our best, it's going to sound dumb when we say it, but one of our best combos is going Legion Commander 4. And it sounds dumb.
I mean, it doesn't. Like, Legion Commander support was literally meta for a while, right?
Was it meta? I don't know if it was meta.
Yes, it was
fine.
When they allowed you to dispel allies with When they give you the ability to get a hard to spell on ally, she has played 5 in like pro games.
I don't know if I would ever consider her meta, but yeah, I mean, I do remember
she was meta. She was probably the best support on that patch. Hold up. I vehemently disagree with her being fringe. She was literally the best support on that patch. It's like when Faceless Void 3 was the best 3 for a patch or two, right? Like yeah, it's oddball in theory, but it's meta, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see the Tusk. I mean, this is a hero that also was really good in the patch, but has kind of fallen by the wayside. I don't remember what got changed for him all that much, but good saves.
Dire team pick.
Shards are always good. They're going to go back to the Shadow Shaman. Okay.
Yeah. So probably Chev, Jakiro, Shackleford, Shaman. Gonna go with the PA here. So they're saving 18 pick for their 3. And it's just kind of blinding this PA. We'll be laning against a Tusk +1, unless it's like Tusk mid, which who knows with how Team Awesome drafted that last game.
5 seconds.
I think PA does pretty fine against a Tusk or whatever. I think unless you really go for a heavy brawler and just kind of push her out of lane, but she's gonna have the backing of Jakiro, so oof, that is not a fun lane to play against.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the heroes that are traditionally pretty decent laners in the PAOs are not that great right now. Necrophos kind of down in the dumpster is kind of the first one that comes to mind. You could pick Darkseer here, potentially.
Darkseer is super good right now.
If like you're trying to lane counter the PA.
Too.
But like realistically, like you're looking for some, if you want a lane counter, you need someone who does a lot of spell damage. And can take aggressive trades. You're landing into Jakiro, you know that, because it's most likely the Rusty Shackle, Rusty Shadow Shaman. But really depends. I mean, Team Awesome, they didn't play a Rat 3 last game. The Visage still banned away as well as this Beastmaster, but as I mentioned, I know he has it was mentioned to me by their captain when I casted him earlier this season that he has a pocket Nature's Prophet. Don't think you necessarily want to go that into a PA for the lane, but
Ooh,
they're going to pick their mid for Quap. Blind Quap is interesting because Family of Golf can 18 pick 2 here and 23 pick their 3. I expect this to be a 3 pick, so you're not going to get counter pick in the offlane for Family of Golf, which I think was kind of their strategy with going first pick here and picking this PA early.
Yeah, I like it. I actually don't mind the Quap being picked so early. I think you need the movement and everything from her, just utility-wise, is good enough that, like that Tide Hunter, if they're countered in the lane, they can still have impact. So there's the Darkseer. Yep.
Okay. I mean, it's just good right now. It plays into Counter Terrorist's wheelhouse, right? Being able to rat, shove side lanes, have a lot of impact on the map. Doesn't really care about the lane phase that much, but it is a good lane into the Phantom Assassin. So, especially with this Tusk, right? Like, Ion Shell Tusk PA can't really do a whole lot in that lane. This will be the Angry Sun Tiny for Family of Golf. I know it's a hero that he very much enjoys playing. I'm not sure how the lane is into the Quap, though.
Probably pretty rough. You never really want to get hit with Dagger and Scream. So, I mean, if you get a toss combo, it probably does a lot of damage, but landing it might be a little bit of a pain in the butt. You try to walk up to her, she might just blink away from you.
Yeah, so 3 bans coming out from Team Awesome, 1 band's coming out Family of Golf. I feel like Slaughter being banned out, Night Stalker's out of the pool, they have Darkseer on their team, Tide was banned out by Family of Golf, so that's pretty much all the meta 3s. Like, Team Awesome could ban like a Mars here, potentially, just taking that off the table as like kind of the last of the meta 3s. Landing with a Silencer means it could be landing with a Silencer and with the Tuscan Darkseer in the other lane. Like, I think it's likely going to be a melee one here, and there's the Mars Band from Team Awesome. I'm trying to think what Family of Golf could do that's like blindable here, because I don't think you want to go double range in this lane.
10 seconds remaining.
This is a really tough place to be in picking your offlaner when you don't see what their core is going to be. Because theoretically, you could go, I don't know, a Pit Lord or something like that, which would be...
I mean, Underlord's probably the next generically good offlaner in the pit, and it's like alright in Aquap and Tusk, right?
If Doom's still around, I mean, that's another one that was time around, so maybe Doom can still work out.
Yeah. I feel like Family of Golf bans Slark here because he's the next highest priority one. Probably. But like if they want to pick Doom, they don't ban Slark and they pick it, and then you can't pick Slark into that. But again, it's like I think the next generically good 3 here is Underlord, as you were mentioning. So like that's like if you want to play generically good, you have Tiny, you have Phantom Assassin, Jakiro, right? Underlord gives you
another
some beef.
frontliner.
Yeah, like you need beef here as well.
Hear me out. Well, I don't know if you exactly need beef. I think you need... I always call heroes that like jump around like a puck or like a quap or something. They use resources to lock them down and to kill them off. So in a way, they are tanky because you have to use more resources on them. What about the offlane Ember Spirit here? Something like that.
I don't love it. Okay.
Okay, Bristleback. You know what? That's so much smarter than what I said.
The problem here is that even though you banned Wraith King, which yes, that was the correct ban, and I completely forgot about that. Like Team Awesome just slarks, right?
Yeah.
Like this is a very good slark game. Yes, he needs BKB to get away from Tiny, but like Bristleback, I think is probably. I understand why you're doing it, because you need a generic beefy guy, but they go for Monkey King. This is the same kind of idea, right?
Yep.
Bristleback is so incredibly weak right now as, like, a hero, right? Where, you know, going this... Seeing red is completely incorrect here. You have to go Goof Acid. But, like, Goof Acid is... Yeah, there's Snot Rocket. It's like Goof Acid brings utility, so, like, yeah, you're kind of playing him as a worse Tide Hunter without Ravage. But you got a lot of Midas armor potentially, but Monkey King is just such a tough... Monkey King Silencer, right? You pick Bristleback, so you get Silencer on the enemy team too, right? This is such a difficult lane for Jax. And this Monkey King, I think, same idea as Slark, is just going to be able to run up on this Bristleback and do a whole lot. Runs up these supports. You have some peel here with the Tiny, but as soon as Monkey King gets BKB, I think this game becomes very hard for Family of Golf. They have the better scaling, but Team Awesome... I think if they snowball any given lane, I think they have the ability to just win this game before this PA comes online, this Tiny gets level 18.
I'm actually really interested to see how... I think both safe laners will have pretty easy time is maybe not the right way to put it. I think this PA will struggle a little bit with the here, but I also honestly think that when you're having a Jakiro in your lane, you'll be okay. But I think it's going to see about who can get getting their core up fast enough, because PA is going to want time to build a BKB and be in the jungle. Monkey King is going to be. So if you can propel this PA to get a really good start, I don't see anybody who really wants to play against PA.
No, not really. I will say Bristleback... I'm currently sitting only 439 games of offlane on Pro Trackers, 34% win rate, which is like, okay.
Ooh, they're gonna come up
fine
here.
Specialties and maybe counterpicks on it.
Oh,
this first blood, silence
Jakiro!
on Rusty Shackleford and Angry Sun. They get the boundless strike alongside the shards.
They're
So
gonna
Rusty
kill him,
Shackleford
but where's
goes
this
down first,
return?
but the health bars are really low. Skull goes down, and Counter Terrorist and Big Sock are down as well. Jax goes down. It's a 2-for-2 trade now. The Claws find his way into the fight, getting some damage on top of Shev. Big Sock goes down.
Good
Shev pretty
shot.
low, gets hexed, but Shrimp Tech falls for it as well. This will be a full wipe with the respawn coming in for the Monkey King. Leon will fall for this as well, so it ends up being a triple kill for Bernie Sanders, and 5 for 3
baby.
in favor of Family of Golf. And my camera, I forgot to do the thing I'm supposed to do between the games, but it's fine. We'll deal with the camera not being exactly the smooth motion. So yeah, first blood going over to Team Awesome. It will be at least 2 runes going over to Family of Golf, as well as five kills, and 3 of which go on to Bernie Sanders. So you said this PA needs to get ahead. Well, this is definitely the best start to the game possible for the PA.
PA is going to show up in the lane and almost be at level 2. This is ideal.
Yeah.
So I you know what? Maybe after that, I am leaning towards golf, because, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of a head start.
Yeah.
I mean, basically everybody's almost showing up to lane at level 2.
Yeah. As I was saying though, like, kind of before that, it's like Bristleback. He's got such a low play rate in high MMR pubs right now, and like Goof Asset can be like generically all right. Goof Asset plus auras, right? It's a lot of minus armor. If it's a good game for it, it can be, you know, very good. But I think in this particular instance, like, this lane is just gonna be so terrible for Bristleback. Oh no,
The
Big
shards
Sock.
are not good, strong enough. So Bernard is going to get another kill. He threw the shards
So
pixels too far.
I will say, right, Bernie Sanders is winning this lane off of the first blood and should be able to just continue snowballing this lane. It is on Leon and Skull to snowball on Jax and Chev this time around. If you, as Rusty was actually playing the Jakiro and Chev, but they're still playing the Shaman 4. Like, it is really important.
down bottom.
Shackles onto Skull. Counter boundless strike. Leon lands the silence and a lot of damage on top of Chev. The Goo can't really dive Skull here. Leon might be able to get this silence. Shackles. Jax doesn't want to go back in though, even with a couple stacks of the Quill Spray on top of Leon.
I'm not gonna lie. The Centaur stomp. They pulled the creeps back into the dire creep, or the dire creeps. And the stomp went off and stunned the Shadow Shaman, and I think that genuinely saved the Monkey King's life.
Yeah, and the Silencer goes down trying to fish for a little bit. I understand there's a Shadow Shaman in this lane, but you have 2 Bristleback counters. If you do not win this lane, I think Family of Golf easily makes this to game 3, right? Because Monkey King is a hero that has to snowball, and PA is a hero that shouldn't snowball early. Right? So if PA is snowballing and Monkey King's not, like, which is what we're seeing here with the bot lane going about even in terms of CS, and mid lane going about even, but top lane is very much in favor of Bernie.
Surge.
Big Sock. Surge out of the way. Like,
They did
you
try to
don't
play
care,
around it, which is cute.
like in a vacuum, pun not intended, you don't care if Darkseer wins its lane because it's Darkseer, right? If you go even, you're happy. If you lose, it's fine. But Lotus taken by Big Sock.
I mean, Rusty wants to fight this, but the Darkseer wandering over. They're just kind of playing with him.
Counter terrorist.
He's got to be careful with this PA coming over. PA's already got a Orb of Corrosion and boots, so yeah, good luck, trading right clicks with this hero. It's just gonna hurt.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing, right? Like, in theory, this Darkseer, the Darkseer Tusk lane is actually quite good into what has been drafted. But at the same time, again, Bernie Sanders, 23 and 10, like, has more CS than mid laners, has more denies than anybody else, sitting 4-0. He's already got the completed Orb of Corrosion and will get like an early Battle Fury timing, even though he went Orb of Corrosion first item. It's quite disgusting, and much like the Marcy from last game, you have to shut him down, right? Because a PA that has gotten a lead in laning phase is basically impossible to play into for the entirety of the game, instead of just impossible to play into at the very end. And Skull is not snowballing this lane at all. He's actually setting 3 CS down on the Bristleback, 4 denies down on the Bristleback. So, I mean, Chev is working wonders here. I think. And Bernie Sanders gets Tusk again. Oh boy. Counter terrorist surges to safety, but I mean Bernie Sanders might try to go for
He
this
might die
blink.
for this.
Oh, definitely. Counter terrorist
got
doesn't have the
blink and
surge
a
up. He has
dagger.
Ion Shell though.
Ooh. Tries to cut down the tree to get the vision and just pulls himself out of it.
But yeah, no, I mean, like, you're going even mid. No, you're not. Never mind.
You're going
34 and 40,
super even
27 and 2. So you're not going even mid. You are only barely losing mid instead of completely losing mid, but you're completely winning top and you are going even bot, which is a lane that you should be losing. Shrimp Tech making his way top. I think he was spotted on vision here.
Gonna get one more hit
Bot
by
side.
Monkey King. Nope, still alive.
Chev
Ooh, and Chev will get away.
alive. Big sock. Hit by the dual breath. Blink in, and Bernie Sanders dies. Not a whole lot you can do there. Angry Sun, though, TPing in, gets the
toss, though,
avalanche.
to
The
kill him
toss
back.
gets
The
one kill,
great
but the support
vacuum.
is traded. And just like that, we're looking at the same situation as last game. Very, very good roam by Shrimp Tech. Hits level 6, hits the Sonic Wave. Angry Sun just a little bit late on the TP, and you know,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All right, PA slowed down just a bit.
silence and fully stacked Jingu on Jax. Jax lands on Skull, and Goo Facet does Goo Facet things there.
Tiny gonna go for his blink dagger and stuff. Win for the soul ring, so
Radiant's
nothing too much out of the ordinary.
I mean, this is the Angry Sun Tiny special, right? It's I've played enough games, unless we are on the one patch where Tiny was supposed to rush Moon Shard. Lest we forget that patch existed.
Dark times. That was when you would pair it
the
with a
man
lightning
rushes
throw,
Blink
wouldn't
pretty
ya?
easily. Silence on the Bristleback, but Shrimp Tech roaming in. There's not a whole lot the
Boom.
Bristleback can do. Killed by Boundless Strike. Angry Sun TPs. Shrimp Tech, 22 seconds on Sonic Wave. Support coming in.
Who's gonna get
Lands the
hexed?
Hex on
Probably
top
gonna
of
get
Shrimp
shackled
Tech.
up.
Oh, got the Shackle as well. Angry Sun waiting for the toss. Gets the Avalanche. Pulls the toss back, and that's a kill
Got
going
him.
on Angry Sun.
Beautiful chaining.
is under attack.
Beautifully chained together. Honestly, Chicken Fingers coming in right in the clutch there to hex him for another second. It was beautifully done. I think that's probably my favorite. They've made this game a lot more approachable for new players and stuff. I think the best thing they did is adding a disable timer above your health bar. I think that is by far the smartest thing they've done for this game.
Yeah. So
Maybe
so
that,
I-
and then giving everybody their own curve.
So speaking of chicken fingers, I know you're from the upper Midwest, and this is like kind of a southern thing. Bernie Sanders in trouble though.
Bernie Sanders is gonna go down.
Rusty trying to
Silence.
stay in blink, but
Vacuum
gets
back.
caught back by the vacuum, and Leon gets the kill. Shrimp Tech's up here as well, has Sonic Wave, not going to commit it on Rusty. This should be an easy kill on his support with the snowball. The Ice Path though, stun 2, trying to get a dual breath on a counter terrorist, but he sticks up and stays alive. I know this is like,
Bottom tower
I know these
6
restaurants are
intelligence
like
for the silencer.
more of a southern thing, but do you guys have like chicken tender only chicken restaurants in Minnesota?
We have like Canes. That's
Okay.
probably like the closest you get to it.
Okay. So I didn't realize Canes had a presence there because they're like a Texas thing.
is under attack.
I think we have 2 in Minnesota.
Tower is under
Okay.
But this is my hot take. Canes is the most fine chicken I've ever had. The finest. Like, just whatever. I could take it or leave it. Their sauce, meh. And that's saying something. I love chicken. I actually get chicken instead of beef on everything.
I don't necessarily disagree with you. Like I will say like if I unfortunately I no longer live in Georgia, so we don't get Zaxby's. But if I'm choosing between Cane's and Zaxby's, I'm taking Zaxby's every time. But Zaxby's I know is not in the upper Midwest, so
One of my coworkers is from Texas, from Houston, and she's just like, y'all's chicken sucks up here. I can't find good fried chicken.
do you want to know? Well, yeah, because like you guys don't have Bojangles, or Churches, which are both significantly better than Popeyes. So
I had my friend who's from Oklahoma says that he like Church's chicken sucks,
Radiant's bottom
and that you have to get.
So Church's is marginally better than Popeyes. Bojangles, there's no question, but Bojangles is like exclusively Southeast. Bojangles is like actually good fried chicken, and their biscuits are so much better than Popeyes biscuits. It's not even close. So, but
There's a place down here in my town that pressure fries their chicken, and that's what I want on my deathbed.
Oh my gosh. I mean, hot take coming from now if you want my hot fast food take, we're going off of chicken fingers right now. We're diving into burgers. Culver's is mid.
Shut up! You shut your mouth, okay? It might be a Wisconsin invention, but it's the only good thing to come out of that godforsaken state.
Culver's
shut
correction.
up.
Culver's concretes are great. Culver's burgers are mid as all heck, and they're way too expensive for what they are.
Oh, shut up! Oh, I will not take this slander.
Angry Sun,
Oh, Blink
blank
toss
avalanche,
in.
toss.
Bye,
Leon
silencer.
stays alive though. With the ice path on to 2, follow-up dual breath with the
great.
Sonic Wave lands on 3.
Sonic
Big
Wave.
Sock looking for his way into the fight. Comes in with the
Good
snowball,
shackles.
but the
They're good
Macropyre
shards.
nearly takes down the Quap as she snowballs to safety. Gets on top of Jax, the vacuum wall comes in. Down goes the
Another
Dark Seer.
avalanche.
Big Sock should fall here as well. And it's a little bit disastrous for Team Awesome as they trade 4 for 1 in the mid lane.
That wall was just off the mark. It would have been a great wall. It would have been a beautiful wall. The most beautiful wall you've ever seen. And Dyer would have had to pay for half of it. But
Oh my gosh.
just off the mark. What?
Just off the mark. Look, you're from the state that is practically Canada. All right, I don't want to hear anything about walls. y'all got Timmy's in Minnesota?
No. Yes and no. The only one we have the only place we have a Tim Hortons is in our international airport.
Understandable.
Good old Hubert H. Humphrey Airport. What was I gonna say? Oh, have you ever had a good cheese curd?
Yes, I have actually.
Okay, because there's something up here in good kill onto the silencer. He is not
We're
having
gonna
a
trade
fun
on
time.
Bristleback here. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing Jax can do here.
Nope.
Go on about your cheese curds.
Yes. So we have a festival up here in Ellsworth, which is about an hour from where I live. And Ellsworth is known as the cheese curd capital of the United States. Don't know if that's a great title, but they have a great creamery there, and they have a cheese curd festival that they make cinnamon sugar cheese curds and then a secret whatever flavor they're feeling this year. So like last year it was pizza cheese curds, so it had like Italian seasoning in it and like really flaky bready crust. It was very good. But
So cinnamon sugar cheese curds, what's like the cheese that they start making for those to actually be good? Global Silence,
Ooh.
huge Sonic Wave on 3.
Great Sonic
Gotta
Wave.
keep Angry Sun
Onto
out
the
of
Angry
the
Sun
way
as
as they
well.
get the snowball, the tiny toss for the Walrus Punch, and 3 members of Family of Golf go down there. So what's the base cheese of which is stopped halfway through the process for these cheese curds, for cinnamon sugar cheese curds to work? It can't be Colby, right?
Because you can make cheddar cheese curds. They're pretty
Yes.
good. I want to say
Yes.
it's a white cheddar. I want to say
I mean, it's just interesting. I'm not saying cinnamon sugar cheese curds wouldn't work.
Oh,
it's just not something I've
it's-
thought of.
it's fantastic because it's very salty. It's that saltiness and that fattiness cut with the sweetness of the sugar. And you can also also have like a little pumping station that you can pump like hot, like not hot fudge, but like caramel on top of it, or a little bit of icing. Oh, magical.
Are scanning.
Yeah. Nah, this is. I mean, that does sound like fun. I haven't had good cheese curds in a hot minute because, like, My father did consulting work for a long time, so excuse me, Bernie Sanders in trouble, but the Boundless Strike on 3 with Wukong's command. The Macro Power comes down, keeping Skull
great
away, but the
wall.
back wall is absolutely massive. Rusty goes down, Angry Sun in trouble. Shrimp Tech, couple seconds on the ultimate, 10 seconds on the
strike.
Sonic Wave, blink back in on the Angry Sun, 1 second Jingu on him. Jack's trying to find some
She's gonna scream so much.
cool sprays here. Blink again on Angry Sun. The toss comes down, but the Boundless Strike is
Boundless
good.
strike.
Shrimp Tech gets that kill, and the Sonic Wave on to 2. Jackson Chev very low, but they do end up losing the Monkey King for it. Bernie Sanders trying to TP out
Mr.
of the way.
Bernard.
The Walrus Punch
Ooh, he's gonna
lands
get out.
and kills the Shadow Shaman. Jackson trouble. In a 1v3, still pretty tanky as the Bristleback, has 3 points of it right now. Rusty Shackleford comes back into the fight, gets a dual breath on top of
Leon's
Leon,
gonna go
but they get
down.
the global silence. Blink forward on top of the Bristleback.
Oh,
He
Leon?
goes down, but Leon ends up falling. Snowball in
No,
on
Leon's
Rusty
fine.
Shackleford. He's dead. And it
The
ends up
mech
being
coming
an
out to
overall
save
5
everybody.
for something with a respawn there. Oh my gosh. 5 for 1. Jeez. With the respawn coming in on the Jakiro. Goodness, as Gaben would say there. Speaking of Gaben, it's time to play America's favorite game. Oh, never mind. It's
whoop,
not.
down
A Hex
bottom.
on a Shrimp Tech. They want to keep fighting. No. Okay, America's favorite game time. Quick, before they fight again.
I'm gonna say
Radiant's middle tower
I'm gonna say 63% to Team Awesome.
51% to Team Awesome right now.
Wow, I
52
was gonna say
now.
it's probably pretty dang close.
It is very dead even right now. And the snowball condition, not hit for the Monkey King, but the Quap is starting to snowball. Shrimp Tech had an absolute massive game last time around. So Chev gets shard off Tormentor.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They are cheddar cheese curds, but they are white cheddar.
Okay. Well, I mean, the
At least
only difference
that's what
between white and
Ellsworth
yellow
makes.
cheddar is food coloring, so
Scanning.
Is it?
yes.
There's no way.
Yes.
No way.
Yes. That's literally the only difference between white and yellow cheddar.
between-
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's courier has been killed.
Wow.
Did you not know that?
No. It's not like a it's not like a like an unnatural food dye. Some places just naturally have this dye in the cheese, or like this protein in the cheese.
Dire's
Yeah.
And that's why it became orange. Interesting. Did not know that. Huh.
Yeah, but like a lot of places, the only difference between white cheddar and yellow cheddar is food dye.
Well, yeah, it is. The annatto, which is a natural food coloring agent, which is it's a carotenoid, which is
Yes,
used in yellow
like
for, like-
carrots and stuff. Yes.
Yep. Interesting. The more you know.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's okay. You're from not Wisconsin, so you gotta pass.
Yeah, I don't want to learn about their culture. Okay, I'm called Minnesota nice. Okay, gotta stick to my guns.
Okay. I have to ask you this. Unless I'm asking this and something has happened that like makes him controversial or whatever. Do you know the comedian Charlie Barron's?
No.
Okay. His entire thing is being an over-exaggerated Wisconsinite and upper Midwestern guy. It's great. It's great, but he's got like Wisconsin nice as like part of his thing. Or Midwest nice, excuse me. Not Minnesota nice. Midwest nice, so
Oh, I do know who Charlie Barron's is. Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Like your name just reminds me of his stuff so much.
Yes. And and 90% of it is true. He hosts a podcast, and they had one guy come on and he was like, I want to put that Alaska is part of the Midwest. And he made his case, and I think geographically it's not, but culturally, very Midwest.
I mean, I feel like culturally Alaska isn't as homogenous as like one might make it out to be, because they live so far away from each other, and like a lot of the people living in Alaska are descendants of natives, right? Whereas a lot of upper Midwest is descendants of Europeans. So like,
Oh, I know that there's a lot of differences, but culturally, I felt just at home when I was in Alaska.
oh my gosh. Did they have the Corbel brandy for you as well?
Corbel brandy?
Yes.
What?
Corbel makes brandy. Like outside of the upper Midwest, people only know it that they make the California champagne or whatever, but they make brandy.
Oh, I did not know that.
Okay, well, okay. I guess this is like, that's like specifically a Wisconsin thing, probably, is the brandy old fashioned. Unless you're telling me you also make your old fashioned with brandy.
Yeah, I love it. I actually really like a Wisconsin old fashioned. When I go out and I drink like a nice drink, it's a brandy old fashioned. They also put peanut butter in some of them too. That's also a Wisconsin old fashioned.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Or they use Screwball whiskey, which is a peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah, well, it's a
Wisconsin.
peanut butter whiskey liqueur. That thing is sweetened to all heck.
Oh
Hold up. Like, that's like saying Fireball is cinnamon whiskey. It is a cinnamon flavored whiskey based liqueur. You cannot tell me that fire
tastes awful.
It just tastes like Red Hots. Like if you like red hot candies, right? Which I do like red hot candies, but I like real whiskey, so you know. Actually, this is only a hot take if you don't know a lot about whiskey, but something that I like to say that I can say now to people who think they know whiskey or are like gatekeepy about it but don't actually know much. Jackson Trouble.
Call them chooches.
Gets normal punched, walrus punched as well, double punch, and
Global Silence comes out. Okay.
But yeah, so probably do you want to know what distillery? Angry Sun?
Whoa, Angry Sun.
Solo. Sonic Waves, normal punch,
normal
snowballs.
punch, gonna be
very tanky punched. Though. Only level 14, doesn't have the final level and grow.
Surge,
but he's pushing back beyond the T3 towers. Blink, Walrus punch, down goes Angry Sun. Gets the toss off on a big sock, but unable to connect to kill. But the Ice Path comes down. Bernie Sanders coming in with the shackles coming through, as well as the BKB. But Bernie Sanders has to kite away from Skull's ulti. As they committed the Wukong's command, Jax respawns, gets the hairball on a counter terrorist.
5 seconds till Surge. He's just gonna normal punch
again.
TP away.
Just gonna TP away, but the blink and the chicken fingers from Chev. Oh no. Okay, take a random guess. What distillery? I will say this as a whiskey guy, and we'll reveal what the whiskey is later. But you have to guess what distillery makes probably my favorite whiskey I have ever tasted now, as of a couple weeks ago. It's one that you have definitely heard of, but you are going to say really
Windsor?
No.
Oh, thank God. My dad loves Windsor, and it's disgusting.
No. You like, I guarantee you, if I just told you the distillery name, you'd look at me like I'm crazy. But,
well, then tell me the distillery name. I have no idea.
It is distilled by Jack Daniels.
Oh, okay.
So Jack Daniels.
Is it their Gentleman Jack? Is that what you like?
No. Jack Daniels makes some of the finest rye whiskey in the United States. Specifically, their Jack Daniels single barrel proof rye is probably the best whiskey I've ever tasted. I bought a bottle a couple weeks ago. Chev in trouble. Bernie Sanders coming back in. Chev survives, actually, long enough to blink shackles on the Big Sock. Big Sock should go down here. Gets hexed as well and goes down.
I hate this stupid passive, man. Foul play suck. That is the worst thing to play against.
But yeah, no, if you are not a whiskey person or just getting into whiskey and you're like, Jack Daniels, that stuff sucks. Which, like, you know, I'm not a huge fan of like regular Jack Daniels or whatever. But the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye is so fantastic. And like, I'm a rye whiskey person too. Like, I've tried some really nice rye whiskeys in my time. It's like a $65-$70 bottle if you get it at MSRP. Very good. Highly recommend.
Is under attack.
If you've never drinking cast strength whiskey though, just a warning, it is very proofy. Counter terrorist, blinked upon by Chev, gets the hex as well.
Ooh,
Macropyre committed.
Woo! They want him dead. Yeah, I'm not much of a whiskey guy. I like gins. That's kind of what I enjoy, or different types of gin. But
Okay.
yeah, Hendrick's gin made from cucumbers, rocks, and if you're going on budget, bang for your buck, Beefeater. I'm gonna find a silencer now.
Oh, but a boundless strike.
Boundless strike does not matter when you crit.
Shrimp Tech, though, looks for the Sonic Wave. Gets it on to 3. Chev goes down. Bernie Sanders forced to pop the BKB. And Skull's here. He's got the Wukong's command. They'll try to go for Rusty Shackleford instead. Will BKB TP out of the way? Angry Sun blinks in before they're able to get the fear. No, I like Jin enough to like buy Jin that I like, but not enough to explore it. I think my default Jin is Fords, just because it's a lot more botanical forward and less junipery. Still for a London Dry, makes a really good gin and tonic,
Radiant's top
but like,
tower is under attack.
I'm a beer guy. That's what I normally go for. So
oh, okay.
I'm an IPA guy too.
Oh man, wow, how original.
I'm literally having one right now. It's called Foggy Geezer, and it's the best beer.
When I drink beer, I'm like a stouts and sours kind of guy.
Nope. Can't do stouts.
Oh,
I can't do Guinness. I don't want my beer tasting like chocolate.
Okay, Guinness is not particularly great as far as just stouts go, with the exception of if you get like.
Most people love Guinness.
Well, Guinness was my first stout, right? But the thing is, Guinness is a whole lot. Guinness, especially from a bottle or a can, less so from the tap, is significantly more bitter and less flavorful than a lot of stouts are, which is like fine, right? Like, but like I think stouts have like Guinness is as an entry point. You know, some people might like it because it tastes like your average cup of coffee. Angry Sun, BKB TP out, no Walrus punch in time.
That punch.
Like Guinness tastes like your average cup of coffee, of black coffee. So if you are the type of person who cannot drink like, not Starbucks, because Starbucks is like incredibly bitter, but like, you know, an average pot of coffee black, then like your Dunkin' or your McDonald's coffee black, then like, yeah, I understand Guinness is going to be a bit much, or it's going to be a little bit too bitter, doesn't have a whole lot of flavor and stuff like that. But what I will say is that there are a lot of stouts out there that are significantly more malty, which is nice. It brings some sweetness, and significantly less bitter. Stouts also sometimes have like a little bit of acidity to them. They can present very chocolatey. They can present kind of like coffee at times, but sometimes can present a bit fruitier as well. But like fruity in the way that coffee is fruity, right? Which is like a big distinction. So I think it's worth, if you see like a chocolate stout or something from a local brewery, I would definitely try it and see if you like it.
I've tried. I went to breweries I love breweries. Stuff like that, so I've tried plenty of stouts. Oh, Walrus Punch onto this.
Blink Walrus Punch, Global Silence
BKB
committed.
popped back out.
From Angry Sun, 3-man Avalanche,
Great
Chev in the
Avalanche.
wings. They might try to turn this around. Rusty Shackleford's here, gets the Macropyre, but the Sonic Wave on 2, and down goes Angry Sun as well as one of the supports. Make that 2 supports.
Walrus.
Bernie Sanders all alone now, with Jax trying to come back into the fight. Gets blinked towards Jax. Shrimp Tech follows up blinks, trying to find Bernie Sanders. Maybe Jax here as well. It's 4v2. Coming in Skull, they've got the Boundless Strike. Bernie Sanders blinks to safety, but it's taken down by the burn of Shrimp Tech, and no buyback available. Normal punch on the Jax. He's got a lot of minus armor coming in from the Goofast. It should be able to tap down Shrimp Tech, but it's pulled back in by the vacuum. The wall, not quite enough though. Skull gets the Boundless Strike. Should be enough to kill the Bristleback, and it is, but it ends up being 5 for 2 in favor of Team Awesome.
these walls have been hurting me.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, they have. I wanted to see the counter-terrorist visage. It's gonna be banned against him every single one of these playoff matches, but it is a lot of fun to watch. Yeah. But I'm like I like all kinds of beer, don't get me wrong. Like if I'm in the mood for an IPA, I'll go for an IPA, but like I have a very interesting relationship with alcohol in general, which is that I hate the feeling of being drunk, but I really like the tastes of a lot of different types of alcohol. And those flavors are so unique to the distilling or brewing process that you can't really get them any other way. As Shadow Shaman pauses the game. I'm also like a big cider guy. Like, not big cider guy, but like I like cider and sours and
ciders aren't too bad.
Stouts.
Ciders are not bad. Sours, I don't really like my beer being that fruity. I do really like a hazy IPA or something like, which is a bit fruitier and like citrusy. It's probably the best way I can describe it of beer that I like.
Yeah.
But like the maltiest I go is like a red ale,
Okay.
like an Irish red. That's pretty malty, but not bad.
I'm good with an Irish red. The only beers that I kind of typically stay away from are like lagers and pilsners. However, there was one brewery I went to when I was in Chicago where I literally tried everything that they had on tap because I was there like multiple nights. And like the clientele there was good, the barkeeps were good or whatever, so I was trying everything. And like I legitimately like actually liked their lager. It was probably the first time I've tried a lager that I actually liked. Because it like didn't have like that lager aftertaste that's kind of not very good. So it just kind of it presented to me more like a drier red ale kind of, which was nice. They also had a smoked rye ale, which was really good.
Ooh.
Counter, like if you do not like mezcal or like somewhat peated scotch,
Like
you
a
will
scotch, yep.
yeah, no, like somewhat peated, not like super peated, but like specifically that kind of like meaty type peatiness flavor. Like you would not like it, but if you like meaty, smoky flavors, oh my god, it tastes like Polish sausage. It's so good.
Oh, see, that's exactly where I was gonna go. Is one of my like college brewery
like
that we
Polish
did,
like
bar
kielbasa,
trivia.
not like a Polish sausage.
Yep. No,
yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about because my college like bar brewery that I went to for like bar trivia every Thursday, they had a smoked Polish. I think it was a smoked Polish cloche. No, maybe not cloche. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was a Pilsner as well. And I took a sip of it and I went, guys, this tastes like I'm drinking a ham sandwich.
Oh my
and
god.
no one believed me. And it was something else.
It's so good. But yeah, it was like okay, it's smoked. I like rye things. I like rye flavors. So like, you know, I'm gonna go for this. I'm like, I'll try a little thing of it. So I tried a sip from like the sample glasses or whatever, and I'm like, holy crap, this is like actually amazing. So I immediately ordered a pint. It was oh man, it's really good. Rusty Shackelford in trouble. 4 staffs to safety. Going to TP to get away
Just
from the
TP's
bleed.
away.
Counter-terrorist blinks just a little bit too late to hit a normal punch.
Also, the Darkseer does have a Heaven's Halberd. He picked that up in the last engagement as well. So
Yeah.
PA's
Quite
life got
good.
a little bit harder.
It did. The good news is you can BKB disarms now, so it's like less good against BKB buyers, but they do spot out Roche. Second Roche,
they can
so
take
it
it-
only has the banner.
They don't take it super fast, but they don't have any vision around here, so... Oh, there's giant lines in the sand going toward... You really do need your bristle back here, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smoke up. Oh, they're just gonna raw.
Yeah. I mean, they know what's going on. Vision set up for family golf.
But-
Blinking into
Oh,
the
but
pit
snakes!
from Chev, taken down low, but he stays alive with the passive and steals
grab
the
it!
Aegis. Oh my gosh! What a play from Chev. Jack's currently taking out the Wukong's command, but all the health bars are around for Family of Golf, and they don't have Sonic Wave. Skull in trouble. Bernie Sanders gets the break.
Ooh, he's
with
gonna
the
get a-
Phantom
he's gonna get a
Knives,
jump
instead
away,
gonna
though.
opt for counter-terrorists. Who ends up being the sacrifice. Beautiful play from Chev. Blink into the pit, immediately Serpent Wards kills it, takes the Aegis, and
That chicken
survives.
just walked up and ate an Aegis.
Oh my gosh.
That was well done by Chev.
Is under attack.
Oh my gosh. Dude, it's AD2L playoffs. The hype continues. This game is still, I mean, do we want to play Guess the Gaben right now? I dare say.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be right around 50%. It's probably
It is actually
57% to Dire.
Actually, after that, it's 64% and growing. It was sitting 50,
Okay.
56% Team Awesome, and then the Roche fight happened. So, but man, oh man, I
What a
still think this
grab.
game's on a razor's edge. But unfortunately for Team Awesome, like Family of Golf, the longer this game goes, the better the game is for them. Angry Suns has the final point and grow. So, and he's got a Revenant's Brooch. Like, he's big chilling, going to Sanj and Yasha. Bernie Sanders also has completed Sanj and Yasha, about to get Satanic.
Oh,
Chev
shackle.
blinks in, follow up, Angry Sun, Boundless Strike
no,
on 3. The
is he gonna be
Wukong's
able to get
command doesn't do
global?
nearly enough, but Triptech gets a 3-man Sonic Wave, and the health bars are
Leon
still
able to get
alive
global
for
off
Team
before he goes
Awesome, but they
down.
lose 2, make that 3. Shrimptech going to try to take down Angry Sun and Russell Shackleford as there's a buyback in from the Dark Seer, but still they take
Great
down the
shackle.
Guap. Now another buyback. Now it's a 12k net worth advantage for Family of Golf. Rusty Shackleford in trouble.
Rusty
He might go
Shackles.
down.
Oh,
stays
snakes
alive.
now.
Pops the wards. Rusty Shackleford comes back in with the Ice Path. This will be a dieback on Counter Terrorist if they can take him down.
Oh,
The blink.
and
The
they get
toss
onto the
Shrimp Tech. They
Quap.
get the Hex as well. Counter Terrorist pretty low. Tries to surge away, but gets taken down by the wards. And another
Chev.
blink in from Chev. Gets another Shackles on Leon. Follow-up Ice Path. Jax is dominated. 3 people of Team Awesome are dead and no buybacks available for any of them.
dude, Chev has been playing out of their skin. Oh my goodness.
This is the why was Rusty on this last game instead of Chev? I'm
Dude.
wondering. Chev is oh my gosh, on the Shadow
We have a term
Shaman.
in the soccer world called standing on your head, is when your goalkeeper like does the impossible and just keeps you in a game. Chev has found amazing timings for shackles, amazing timing for snakes. They've played out of their mind.
Yeah, 18k net worth advantage now for Family of Golf, and I mean this is kind of our first significant gold lead of the game. Skull just kind of playing Rat Dodo right now. He was able to pick up that Roshan's banner. Has a silver edge going to BKB himself, but Family of Golf.
I mean, how are you going to hold them inside of their Wukongs? They're just going to walk out.
Is under attack.
Excuse me.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, and now Chev is going for a Lincoln Sphere, so he can just shackle as much as he wants.
Yeah.
You do have a lot of ways of canceling it. I mean, you have a Walrus Punch. You also have Walrus Kick now. And Silencer went for the Aghanim Scepter, which... I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
Bristleback has a Lotus Orb, Bernie Sanders has a BKB, Angerson has a BKB, Rusty Shackleford does not have a Dispel, and Chev doesn't have a Dispel either. So really it only applies to supports.
Whoa, whoa!
And Big Sock has Ags, tries to get the kickback on Angry Sun, but he pops BKB, turns right around, and the Walrus goes down.
Yeah.
Radiant's top
Family of
tower
Golf,
is
top
under
3 net
attack.
worth, all 3 of their cores.
Are scattered.
Bristleback about to complete the Assault Kuros, want this Lincoln Sphere. The Sanj and Yasha is a little bit interesting, but I think they just wanted damage on this.
Has fallen.
On this bristle, so not necessarily going straight auras, but still has some utility. Assault Kuros, auras plus damage, Lotus Orb, obviously Dispel plus utility, and a toss back. That's a dieback.
Tower is under attack.
Ouch.
Radiant's top tower
Oh my gosh, I've been playing minimap on right this whole cast. Oh no, I am so sorry. Okay.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's
I am so
walk
sorry.
over.
Everybody is so used to minimap on left. I normally cast with minimap on left too. I just forgot before we started the match.
Do you play minimap on right? Oh,
Because I
Sonic
started with
Wave.
League of Legends.
Walrus
Sonic
kick
Wave
back
kick
in.
back on Bernie Sanders, and the global silence
Got the
comes
silence
down, but
up
the
after the
dispels are already
BKB.
there. Jack's pretty low though, as is Bernie Sanders. He doesn't have Aegis of the Immortal.
Sanders
He's already
is
spent the
looking like he's gonna
Satanic.
go
Jax
down.
goes down. Bernie Sanders very low, gets blinked on by Shrimp Tech, goes down. Resi Shackelford now, another blink by Big Sock, gets the Walrus punch. He goes
Oh, they need to
invis,
kill these
but
snakes.
there's the snowball, and down goes Rusty. But
Man,
Megas are
great play by
taken.
Chef. Great play by Chef to get that that barracks.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I'm so sorry you guys had to witness Minimap on right. Yes, I play with Minimap on right. It's because when I booted up Dota for the first time after not playing it for years and years and years, it's like, first time, have you played other MOBAs? I'm like, yeah, I've played League of Legends. So it just defaulted the Minimap to the right. And I didn't even know Dota's Minimap was on the left until my friends were like pointing it out. And they're like, you have this thing on the bottom left of your screen. It's called a mini. I'm like, wait a second. Hold up. So yeah, I play with Minimap on right. It's an old habit. I typically cast with it on the left, though. I'm sorry that you guys had to witness that.
Has fallen.
Oh, he's going to try to kick somebody.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I do have to be careful though. Their racks or their base is getting pushed in by creeps right now.
Yeah, and the Roshan's banner. Blink.
Oh, the toss.
Avalanche.
No.
Toss. Big vacuum. Big
Ooh,
wall.
good wall.
BKB pause from Angry Sun. The health bars are pretty
Oh,
low,
this
but actually for
Macro
both the
Pyre is
teams, as they're almost up with the
disgusting.
PA and the Bristlebacks backed up as well. Angry Sun finally falls, as well as Chev.
All right,
The
they're gonna find
buyback from
Chev.
Angry Sun. And now they have to kite away. They've already committed this Wukong's command, as well as the vacuum wall. It was very nice from counter-terrorists to get that off. They got a T3 and nothing else for it, though. Oh, buyback from Angry Sun, at least.
That Macro Pyre hurt, man. 4 people standing in it constantly, and now it's got an Ags upgrade, so it's pure damage and slows. Oof.
Feels nice. We're sitting 41 minutes into this game. 32 kills to 33. 12k net worth of damage for net family of golf. But honestly, as we take a look at buybacks, 3 buybacks available from Family of Golf, 2 from Team Awesome. Sitting Monkey King and Tusk versus PA, Shadow Shaman, and Jakiro.
Also, Silencer's got almost 4k sit in the bank. He could start going towards right clicks. So
Definitely
You could
could.
have
His buyback's
another
on cooldown,
core-
146. But he's got 2,400 gold surplus, so definitely could go towards right clicks here. 2,400 gold surplus. That's enough to actually get complete pike from Force Staff.
yeah,
So I feel like you probably do that. If you're Leon. No, he just goes up there. Boo. Boo.
Oh, BKB
Shrimp
pops.
Tech BKB, what?
oh, the fat fingers. I too have fingers built like sausages.
Jax getting silver edged by Skull. Blink in from Shrimp Tech. Jax goes ahead and uses a basic
Lotus.
dispel on himself. The Lotus comes back, gets the bleed on the Shrimp Tech. And it gets out. And Roshan is being taken as a refresher.
Man, this bristleback is just, you just don't want to touch him. He's got, you know,
Yeah,
quills, goo, a blade mail, a Pyrrhic cloak.
as much as I do not think Bristleback is particularly good right now, he definitely has his uses. In games where the enemy team doesn't have easy access to breaks and they're forced to build this silver edge right, it does feel like if you can get to the late game, you still feel very tanky, especially if you go these tank up items. I mean, Vanguard, Assault Cuirass, Lotus Orb, right? So, like, it definitely seems to me like the Bristleback is kind of weathered the storm and has become this tanky menace, which you never want to see if you're Team Awesome. But again, like I said at the beginning of this game, the later this game goes, the better it is for Family of Golf. Global Silence committed, as well as the Walrus kick.
Kickback.
BKB from
BKB
Angry
out.
Sun, though. The rest of his team is behind
Ooh,
him. Vacuum
Vacuum. Try
only
to
pulls
vacuum
Angry
the
Sun
BKB
into the
target.
shards.
That is the one thing about this game. It is still a really, really, really good.
They still got Megas.
Vacuum
Jack's on a
wall
Shrimp
game.
Tech. The Walrus on the side gets the
With the
kickback on Bernie
snakes.
Sanders, but I don't think you wanted to go for that, my man. As the pure damage, McIntyre
Jeff.
comes out. Trimtech diving a little bit light as they get the Walrus punch and the toss from Bernie Sanders back on top of the
Be a bad
counter terrace.
wall.
Pulls the Phantom Knights, gets the BKB. The wall comes in, the vacuum as well on Angry
him
Sun.
away.
They're
Found
trying
the
to get
strike.
Bernie Sanders right now. He's pretty low. He goes down. So does Angry
They're
Sun,
gonna
but
take
he
down the tiny
has the
Aegis.
Aegis, the Immortal on him. Buyback now from counter terrorists. In comes another avalanche, another
Jax
toss
is able to run
onto
around
the
him.
Tusk, but he has buyback. Immediately use it. Skulls here. Doesn't have the Wukong's command, but does have Boundless Strike on a Jax, who goes invisible and gets his own Lotus Orb on top of him. Normal punch on
Ooh,
Rusty Shackle
normal
for now.
punch.
Big Sock here, trying to get
Ooh,
the
the kickback
turn,
in by
gets the
Jax.
Walrus kick. Leon gets
no!
caught in Leon's snowball. Might go down here with
Bonk.
the toss, and finally does, but they trade onto the Bristleback.
Gets the illusion of the bristle.
Angry Sun, pretty low. Rusty Shackle
Boundless
trying to
Strike
TP up
again.
and gets caught by a Boundless Strike. Gets an Ice Path, but he should end up falling
Shards?
here. Forced up.
Ooh.
Shards actually keeping Shrimp
the
Tech away
surge.
from Rusty,
The
but
surge
the
will get
wall
him.
versus punch, or the
Normal
vacuum, excuse me, and the
punch.
normal punch do him in. The high ground holds once again for Team Awesome, and they've got Megas pouring into their base, but it's a good fight for them. 4 for
They
3,
hold.
2 buybacks committed by Team Awesome.
Like I said, I mean, if you get wall replicate on the PA and the tiny every single fight, you're in good business, man. I don't know if they can take any racks or anything off this, but
I think this is the unfortunate stage of the game where Family of Golf is going to keep pushing into the base, and Team Awesome is still going to try to get there, because the high ground push is just really difficult against the Wukong's command, against the Tusk with Walrus Kick, against the Sonic Wave, right? So I think we're at the unfortunate stage in this game where Team Awesome is going to just try to stall the T5s. So we'll see if they can be successful at that.
they did get the T5s. And Chev does have. Oh, he didn't have the refresher. That was the refresher shard.
Yeah.
But he walked up and refresher sharded and just, laid down 2 snakes. And if you cause enough chaos, those snakes will do damage.
Yeah, they got the T4. Again, like Family of Golf have tools for this, but I think Team Awesome just trying to stall for T5s. Like, you're 14 minutes away. So going for the T5 neutrals, they can be really, really important in these kinds of games. I mean, once you hit T5s, things are pretty much a coin flip. No buybacks available on anybody on Team Awesome except for the Silencer. We're gold gated by 2 of the cores, but other ones are on cooldown. Meanwhile, Family of Golf, 4 buybacks available, and Angry Sun 147 on his, and will eventually have that back up. I assume he has the gold for it because he's the type of person to always have gold for buyback, and yes, he does at this stage in the game. So the thing is, Team Awesome needs to force Family of Golf buybacks without dying without their buybacks up, right? And they can do that and get to 60 minutes. They're golden. Blink normal punch on Angry Sun.
CT, what are you doing there, buddy? It does have the wall of replicate and has a refresher orb now. So we could have a lot of illusions running around.
Vacuum.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
Jax moving up on high ground, gets broken by a Silver
And the
Edge.
Sonic
Meanwhile,
Wave.
Big Sock in a little bit of trouble.
Sonic-
Jax goes
silence.
down. The vac wall gets onto 2. The Walrus
the
kick
kick
back
2.
in. Angry Sun in a 1v5 scenario gets the avalanche on 4. Toss back as well, but he gets silenced and taken down.
Dang.
The high ground push misses. The double wall comes out. He
I
has
didn't even
that
think about
refresher.
the kick through the double wall. Oh my goodness.
And he doesn't have buyback for another 5 seconds, but he will have it up once it's up. He will have it up once it's off cooldown, excuse me. But, I mean, we're looking. Everybody's saving for buybacks right now. No one's gold gated by them anymore. Never mind, Quap bought out. What did Quap buy out for? BOTs. That's acceptable at this stage of the game. Skull's got a divine. This is also something that we expect to see at this stage of the game. If Skull dies, the game is over. If Skull survives, they really want an agent. If Skull dies, the game's over. It won't respawn for another minute 52 at the earliest. But if Skull survives, then they can get the game over to 60 minutes. T5s might be able to at least take these mid racks and maybe make some other pushes. But if Skull dies with this Divine Rapier and it goes on to the PA or the Tiny, this game is over. But this is what you have to do if you're Team Awesome. They've brought the gold lead back to only 4K for Family of Golf. They're pushing in on these mid racks. We'll go over to them.
PA's got him here. Oh, they're just going for game.
Back wall.
On the wall.
Hello.
Vacuum wall.
The glyph has reset.
That illusion is
Buyback on the
105%
Tiny.
damage.
Yeah, BKB TP out from Skull. Going back into the base. Trying to find Chev, who's trying to push in and probably get wards on it. But he TP's out. But like, that's the exact kind of play Team Awesome needs to make right now. It's now 1K net worth advantage for Family of Golf. And with a Divine on Team Awesome's team, I mean, again, Skull needs to survive. This is their win condition right now. They've put it all in on the Monkey King. And they've bought out on pretty much everyone except for Monkey King. Oh, but yeah,
right,
Team
well,
Awesome. I mean, again, what am I
in.
like? Team Awesome's just gonna keep trying to stall for the T5 items, right? Like, this is the end state of this Dota match, because even though in theory this team Family of Golf has outscales, they just threw away their entire gold lead, and this Monkey King has a Divine. This Quap has almost a Shiva's Guard as well. Smoke out. They have the wave clear to deal with these megas too.
They're gonna find PA. She just blinked in.
Oh no! Oh no! Global
go down.
committed. He has buyback though. But the wall replica on to Rusty Shackleford. He has buyback. The Bristleback and the Tiny do not.
Boundless Strike in one. You're not getting out of this.
TP out? No, Boundless Strike from Skull.
I also don't know if you heard yourself when you said wall replica. You pulled the W into replica. It just goes the wall replica.
Don't remind me of the time somebody donated on a charity stream to have me uwu cast, please.
Oh God, that's the worst.
Speaking of charity, same charity event, coming in late May, it will be this annual Team Fight for Cancer.
Sweet.
Put together by Grin Esports. Hope to see y'all there, because it's a lot of fun. Last year we raised a lot. I can't even remember how much money. It was in the tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh, that's so cool.
For the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So watch for that one. It'll be a lot of fun. I know I'm casting it. Angry Sun, who's in this game, will be casting alongside with me on whichever game we're casting. And then we've got, you know, other AD2L and AD2L adjacent casters who are joining. Some people who've casted DPC. Chev, meanwhile,
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
so
Chev,
he will try to do this, but Counter Terrorist is TP'd back in, so. But this is the play that Family of Golf has to go for now. Right?
Chev's smoke plays.
Now here's the thing. I don't think it's specifically Chev smoke in the base gets wards down, and he's going refresher. As Chev smoke in the base gets wards down, the other team keeps them from going back into them. He kills the one support who's staying behind on the wards, which is Leon, and Global Silence. They're fighting the final wave. Shutek gets another massive Sonic Wave. Oh no! Down goes one. He immediately buys back another Global Silence off the refresher. They're gonna try to take down the PA, and he goes down. Walrus kick on Ajax, pulls through the wall of replica, and the Silencer's still in base. Skull continuing to chase forward onto Jax, who has buyback available.
All right, you know when I said that those wall replicas have been poor and have made me hurt?
You're eating your
These
words
have been
right now.
amazing walls, just perfect spots for them. And skulls hurts.
They're on Roche right
Divine
now.
rapier and everything. Oof, duh.
So the thing is, without PA, they could rush into this pit as soon as they hear the roar. They're gonna try to. Nope, roar hits. They were trying to stun him up. The tiny melt
are
is
gonna get
pretty
it.
quick. They're going to get
the
the Aegis,
wall
but the back
and the
wall
back.
on the 4. Excuse me, Skull coming
Down the
back into the
strike.
pit. Chev pretty low right now,
Chev
as well as
grabs the
Anderson is trying to
refresher.
BKB out of the way. They take down Rusty Shackleford.
And
They get the
kick him
kick.
back in.
That's Aegis down for the Tiny, and Angry Sun has no members of his team available and ready to help him, so he immediately gets Walrus punched and taken down. No buyback available. 258 on it.
Wow. Great moves.
And as I said, we're creeping closer and closer to T5s. 5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining.
But Chev has a
PA just
refresher.
bought out. PA just bought out. 8 seconds on respawn. They're going to try to make one more fight. A
Chev's
goes
hunting.
back
But
into
he
the
got
base. The
refreshed.
global silence hits him. Shrimp Dice here. BKB. Walrus punch. Cannot get the wards out. They didn't even have to expend Glyph for that. Now the buyback comes in from the Jakiro as Jax continues pushing in the base, or defending the base. Counter Terror is here alongside Shrimp Tech, who had those boots of travel. BOT2s, in fact. And they're going to try to end this right here, right now.
Macro
Punch
Pyre.
back in. They take down the
That's a
Divines on
Divine
the ground. They take down the Monkey King. Bernie Sanders picks up the Divine. They might be able to turn this around, and they do. Oh, no.
Buybacks on all of them.
Buybacks on all of them, but that is
Global silence in
I'm-
60 seconds.
massive net worth swing in favor of Bernie Sanders. He has this Divine Rapier.
And there's no wall for 30 seconds.
Oh, boy.
No global for 45. We gotta go now.
I mean, that was such a dicey
Oh,
play.
PA is gonna back away.
Now PA has buyback, sitting on this Divine Rapier. 4K net worth advantage now for Family of Golf. This is an absolute barn burner. Team Awesome really trying to avoid a game 3 right now. Family of Golf would rather not go down into the lower bracket. Thank you everybody who is watching the stream right now. It is off the usual AD2L day, so we are seeing a lot of viewers on Twitch, and also currently 7 concurrent viewers on YouTube, so shout out to the YouTube viewers.
How much? Sorry, how many viewers?
12 on Twitch, 7 on YouTube.
Hey, that's actually a decent amount. They get to listen to us talk about beer and scream about a Divine Rapier hitting the ground. They've showed up for a good game. I've really enjoyed this.
This has been a very good game. Oh
Looking
man.
like they just want to go straight up the high ground. There is no Sonic Wave for 15 seconds. Well, they're gonna find
That's
the
to try to
the
take
ward.
it. Counter Terrorist back wall on 3,
And a great
but the
wall.
Jakiro comes back in with a Macro Pyre, blinking into the fight. Is the
That puts the
Shrimp
back,
Tech
doesn't know where to
plus
go.
BKB? He's got Sonic Wave up in 1 second.
back into the-
Angerson kicked over the wall as the Sonic Wave comes down, nearly takes on the Bristleback. The Monkey King falls. He buys back immediately. They're gonna try to take down Jeff, but he gets
The
the
snakes.
refresher
The
wards
snakes.
now, and the snakes, they're gonna turn into the base. They're on the throne, and they take down the snakes. They used their glyph for this. These are glyph for this. Another wall.
Back him again.
On to Rusty Shackleford and Jax. Bernie Sanders
Nothing
staying on the
crazy from it.
backside. Has the Divine Rapier. 3 buybacks available from Golf. 2 from Team Awesome. It's 3 core buybacks versus 2 support buybacks. The high ground holds
don't know
once
why.
again. We are sitting 2 minutes 4 seconds away from tier 5 neutral items.
I don't know why I found it so funny, but I did that. Tusk was clearing out the wards, and then he's gonna kick back in the
Blink,
Bristle back.
kick, Jax, Sonic Wave. Angry Sun in trouble, also taken out of the fight. The snowball to save
Whoa,
himself
Jax
goes back
though.
on Angry Sun, but Jax had a
He does not
cheese,
care.
had a satanic, I should say. He's able to re-get his health, and the buybacks come in, but they don't have buyback from the Monkey King. They don't have buyback from the Dark Seer, and that will be game. Family of Golf will take down the throne and force a game number 3.
Woo! There was something about the toss clearing out wards, and he just turns to the chicken that then becomes a human being and just uppercuts him to kill him. That made me chuckle. I don't know why.
We're going to game 3. We'll be right back after this. Welcome on, welcome all, and welcome back to the AD2L Season 43 Champion League Playoffs Upper Bracket Round 1 matchup between Team Awesome and Family of Golf, and this series has gone 1-2-1. And an absolute banger of a game, too. My name is Fennec, joined by Minnesota Nice, and we are rapidly going through the picks and bans as Team Awesome is once again on the Radiant side, and Family of Golf once again has first pick. We'll see if Team Awesome bans anything here other than what they've been banning the last couple games. They're still banned away from counter-terrorists, though. Is my co-caster muted? No, he's here.
Nope,
Okay.
I'm right here. I'm right here. Just don't know what else to say. I mean, the bans have been pretty consistent. The AA, I think, snuck through the last game. Through the first
they banned the
phase.
last game, but
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. I feel like after a game like that, it's very difficult for Team Awesome to like if Family of Golf lost that game, it was over for them, right? But over for this match. But I feel like Team Awesome, after playing a game like that, mentally resetting from losing that type of game is very difficult. Especially because they had to lead multiple times in that game and they nearly won it at the end. But we'll see how they play this game. Hopefully they're able to mentally reset and make a series out of, or make an exciting game 3 out of this series. Night Stalker banned away again, and it's the Rubik first pick from Team Awesome. I know you love your Rubik.
Oh, my boy. But yeah, this Jakiro first pick every single game, so they're loving the Jakiro. And is it one? It's won both games, right?
Yes, it has won both games. You heard it here first. Jakiro 100% win rate, guaranteed, always, ever.
Easy MMR.
Honestly, low-key, I still think Dazzle is pretty easy MMR. I was playing a game of Dazzle 5 in an in-house earlier this week, and like I kind of misplayed it towards the end of the game, but it definitely still feels very strong as a support. At least I haven't tried it core yet.
It's absurdly strong.
Tide and Ursa banned out by Family of Golf, so they keep their exact same bans from game number 2. Team Awesome, I think, are keeping their exact same bans from game number 2 as well thus far, because they swapped their one ban into a Night Stalker.
Oh, excuse me. I don't think the Ursa was banned last game, but interesting. Tide and Ursa ban. So
Not wanting either side of that matchup.
yeah, wanting a tanky offlaner looking for, but banning their tankiest offlaner.
I mean,
in this
this
meta.
is what happened last game, right? Was that they had to 23 pick their offlaner, and all the tanky offlaners that are meta were banned. So they went on this bristleback. It actually looked pretty good that game. I think the only way the hero ever looks good is Goof Facet in a game where the enemy team doesn't have or where you can get late, or the enemy team doesn't have amazing ways to break you or amazing access to dispels. So, you know, it worked out quite well for them that game. Silencer being banned by Team Awesome. They played it last game, but they don't want to give that one away.
I thought it was really good last game too.
Yeah, it was very, very strong Silencer. Gonna go for Warlock instead.
Ooh, Warlock.
Opening up the soup kitchen for that safe lane.
Which now, like, I don't know, man. I like the.
10 seconds remaining.
I know it's very early in the draft, but the Angry Song
5 seconds remaining.
Storm Spirit is probably like with an instant lift and the Grimstroke just being able to zone. And if you can take a little bit of heat from them, man, I love that combo.
Yeah, I mean, Rubik Warlock is very strong, bane of a lot of short range mids.
And they're also putting a Rubik into a Jakiro, and so you get all the good spells.
Yes, better macro pyre.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the other thing, right? It dissuades a lot of other kind of meta mids as well. OD predominantly. You never want to pick OD into a Rubik. So we'll see how Family of Golf decides to play this. I'd be surprised if they pick one here again, because I was not impressed by running out of options completely in that 3 position. I'm like having to go with the bristleback, and like it was a fine bristleback performance, right? But I feel like this is probably no, they picked mid here, so this is an Angry Sun Earth Spirit, and a Nature's Prophet. So they're holding 23, or their 18 and 23 picks are going to be a support and a 3.
Okay, I like the Earth Spirit probably more than the Storm Spirit. Now that I'm thinking about it.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I don't think Chev or Rusty plays this hero, like it, and I do know Angry Sun does love himself in Storm Spirit and has been playing it on current patch, so.
So, not a lot of lockdown and not a lot of tank in this this golf lineup. So,
What do you mean not a lot of lockdown? They have.
Oh, I mean, you don't have like you have the stun with the roll, and you have
like you have Rolling Boulder, you have
Path.
Ice Path, and you have Sprout.
Sprout is a lockdown so long as you don't have a Quelling Blade or a Tango. Like it is locked down in a certain way.
Yes, but like it's locked down for supports, right? Like because they're not gonna have right. So
well, they have 4 staffs too, and can 4 staff a way out of it. So
yeah, we'll see where this Nature's Prophet goes. I think Bernie Sanders plays it, so it might be 1 here, or it kind of has to be 1 because I mean, you can always throw it support if you really wanted to. Kind of depends on the game and the matchup. So I think it's likely they'll 18 pick their 3 and hold out on 23 pick to reveal if that's a win or not. Team Awesome.
Rickamaroo.
Go ahead, take the Ricky. This is a blind Ricky. This is one of the cases where I would actually 18 pick a Bristleback as if I see a Ricky on the enemy team. Because that's not even goof asset good that game. That is just straight up red facet good. So they're using a lot of their reserve time on Team Awesome here.
Ooh, 1 second. Ooh, a Dawnbreaker. Okay. These are wildly different picks from the last 2 games. I like this.
I like it. It enables counter terrorists to do rats or to rat, which he hasn't been able to do the last 2 games. And the Dark Syria to play a lot more with his team. This time
so
around, he can come back on a Solar Guardian.
And you know more about these teams than I do. Do you know if Team Awesome's mid laner plays a Ricky?
Yeah,
there's the Bristleback.
I mean, this is also a seeing red game, right? You see Ricky on the enemy team. It's like
Quills like galore.
This is the one time you go. This is like one of the few games you go seeing red. Goof Acid's still good and probably still generally better, but you know the seeing red Ags Bloodstone build is still viable, and up against this squad is actually quite viable because you can get on top of these supports relatively easily if you have a BKB. Really, you're not worried about anybody on this team building a break. So I like it. Gone for Enigma banned by Family of Golf. Makes sense, I guess.
10 seconds seconds remaining.
Yeah, but I wouldn't know if they play this Ricky mid. Actually, the Enigma Man makes a little bit less sense, unless they think this could be a Dawn mid,
Radiant
or like a
team
Dawn
back.
1 and a Ricky mid.
I mean, I personally don't really like Ricky being in the one position. I think you
Oh.
become a kill. You have to kill. If you don't kill, your game is absolutely screwed. So I'm a big proponent of, I mean, playing this as a support, but then you'd have a mid Rubik. So I'm picturing it mid. The high armor makes it really good against mid laners. And I think it would be decently good against Earth Spirit. But
they banned OD, which tells me this is not Rubik mid, and also tells me that they don't know that Angry Sun is going to play this Earth Spirit. Which, yeah, they banned Monkey King as well. So like this Nature's Prophet obviously could go support. I do know Bernie Sanders plays the hero, so but I'm not sure if either of the supports play it. I could see Chef playing it maybe, but it's actually a pretty decent lane with the Bristleback as well. Again, if you go Seeing Red, I think the boring answer here is still Goof Asset, but like you get like Seeing Red has value this game, whereas most games it doesn't. Trying to think, what do you ban here? I think this is Ricky mid and Dawn 1. That's the only reason you ban the.
Well, you could also, yeah. I don't know why you'd ban your mom from yourself if you're going for it. I think this probably has to be a Dawn 3 and a Ricky mid. I just think that makes the most sense. But also, I'm not a high level player, so what do I know?
Well, I don't think you want to lane the Ricky one into the Bristleback lane at all.
That's a death wish.
Yeah, it's, again, we'll see. I think the facet actually depends on which lane the Ricky goes into. If Ricky goes safe lane, I think it's Seeing Red. If he goes mid lane, you go Goof Facet.
Yeah, and you should be able.
Phoenix ban here makes sense. You've got 2 strength heroes on your team. Nature's Prophet really hates playing against Phoenix as well, because he's kind of the only person who wants to hit egg, and you just kind of blind him, so makes sense. Also, I just think Phoenix is still generally good right now as a core, which I know it was like Angry Sun plays a lot as a core, but makes sense banning it. Can be flex 3-2 as well. Family of Golf going for the Wraith King though. So
Wraith King, all right.
So solidifies this as a Nature's Prophet 4.
Saw it in the first game.
Did win the first game.
Yeah, it was very good the first game.
10 seconds remaining.
You do also, though there is one little tech that I like, which is the nuke. Because you have such low health skeletons, you're an LC.
Okay, so Counter Terrorist Dawnbreaker, so it's a mid Legion, which is purely here to counter Bristleback. But also you're laning Ricky into the Bristle.
Ricky into it. Yep. I was just gonna say that. That seems tough.
Now the thing is, though, like it's a counter to Bristleback if he goes Seeing Red. However, Jax is going Stomp Rocket this game because he saw the Legion Commander on the enemy team. I was like, I'm not gonna have to change my facet, right? So,
yep.
I mean, the thing is, like, it's good into Bristleback and technically can be used to lock down like an Earth Spirit or a Nature's Prophet as well. It's actually a Chev Earth Spirit, so this is a Pos 4 Earth Spirit and a Pos 2 Natures. So switching that around.
Yeah.
Again, I wasn't aware that Chev played Earth Spirit, so that's why I was assuming it was Angry Sun, but
yeah, I
don't know, man.
I think that Legion Commander pick was amazing. I think that's a really good pick on everything here. Granted, your carry doesn't care as much. Wraith King will come back and doesn't care as much, but man, this Prophet, if you find this Bristleback, they are going to have a tough time.
Well,
and yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's like, I think it's like in theory good into the Wraith King as well, just because you get extra attack speed from the Wraiths with overwhelming odds. However, it's like, again, it's like your only real source of lockdown is the single target BKB stun. I will say Shrimp Tech really impressed in game number 1 and actually looked quite good in game number 2 as well. So I forgot to set the casting config because I'm bad. We will be right back.
Prepare.
I fixed the caster config. This is what happens when you have to reboot mid-series because there's an update.
I was gonna say I really like. I think this draft from Team Awesome is one of my favorite ones. You're gonna hunt with a Ricky and a Rubik and a Legion Commander. Warlock can kind of do whatever he wants until a team fight happens. Dawnbreaker
30 seconds.
can go push out lanes and everything else, and then just ult into the fights. I think this lineup is going to be really hard to fight into.
I think it really depends on Shrimp Tech. He impressed in game number 1 and game number 2 both. So I think putting him on this snowbally hard carry type hero is probably the play. Again, it's a good counter into the Bristleback. As we were kind of discussing, overwhelming odds gets more attack speed off of the Wraiths. So I do like it. I do like it. I do think that
Laning might be a little bit of a different story. I think Dawnbreaker is really going to struggle against a Wraith King and a Jakiro.
yeah. But again, it's like counter-terrorist, like he has the ability to do something that he's good at because I've seen him do it on Visage twice in a row, which is kind of play side lanes, rat, get pressure, come back into fights. Right, and Solar Guardian enables that quite heavily, so I do think this is a very good hero for him. As Big
And up
Soft
top,
kills the
or
Bristleback.
Jumbot,
Yeah, 3v.
just hanging around after runes and everything.
Yeah, hanging around after runes, hitting the tri lane. Earth Spirit doesn't do a whole lot at level 1 as a support, so it does make sense. Kind of try to put
He
the
did have to
Bristleback
take
behind in the favored
lift level
matchup.
1 for that, so his laning phase might be a little weaker. But nothing too much to worry about, I don't think.
No, I think you're pretty happy with that. Getting first blood over to a Ricky is very nice, especially in a lane that Bristleback should have the advantage in.
Yeah, Bristleback should have a free game, but we'll see.
Like
I said, I'm not a big fan of this Ricky.
It's free against the Ricky, kind of, but you're into a Legion Commander, and Legion Commander kind of negates the advantage you have. Rolling Boulder, kick back onto Leon. He's got a couple stacks of Quill Spray on him, so he should die here, and does.
Very quickly.
Yeah. And, I mean, good level 2 by Chev. Got the solo XP, used it to his advantage. Gets Jack's level 2 there, too, so. I do like this. I think... Yeah, I think Team Awesome's win condition is just kind of Shrimp Tech. If Shrimp falls behind on this Legion Commander and doesn't find mid-game dual stacks, I think Family of Golf might just run over this, but really depends. Again, like I like Counter Terrorist's hero here a lot. Rusty Shackleford in trouble. Right, Fire Blast down on a Counter Terrorist. Big Sock. Trying to body block Bernie Sanders.
I should get the last hits going right now. Yeah, Wraith King doing the most out of his team right now, so nothing surprising there. I don't know. The fact that the Ricky has 11 last hit is kind of surprising to me, that this Bristleback is not just standing in lane and winning it with Quill Sprays is kind of surprising to me. He is out of he's got a couple more quills in him. But
yeah, I don't. Again, it's like Goof has it good, but also in lane, it's less damage.
ooh,
As I say that, Skull
Okay,
points over to
Skull.
Leon. The Rolling Boulder lands out, as well as another Viscous Nasal Goo onto Skull. Chev trying to
Chev really wants that courier.
do away with Leon's courier there. Jax is also kind of spamming Quill Spray a little bit hard this lane, especially because he doesn't have stick, so that doesn't help. Another Rolling Boulder, kick on the Leon.
They do have wand charges, and can this Earth
Yeah,
Spirit doesn't have
17
any
and 21 charges. I mean,
mana,
this is just
so
laning against Bristleback.
oh
You can
yeah.
go
So I
on
was
every
just gonna
time.
say you can go on to this this Earth Spirit, he doesn't have. He has 4 Swan charges and a Lotus, so yeah, he could get enough mana to get out of there and stuff.
Jax took the level 3 point in Quill Spray, so Skull actually is still not countered in this lane in theory.
Nope.
But
Blinked away, healed up. I kind of like the heal that this Warlock's going for. It's not what you traditionally see, just because, you know, Soup is so good, but understanding that he needs to keep his Ricky alive, and that this Ricky is kind of your up top. They're gonna get down onto this Rubik.
great TPM from Angry Sun. Counter Terrorist should get out of this.
He'll be
For
fine.
last
Sure.
7 seconds. Ice Path not leveled, so
Nope. But down bottom, they're gonna go on to Leon. Does have a ton of stick charges.
yeah, he should be able to survive with the stick charges here. Jackson Treble hits level
Is he
4,
going
still doesn't
to?
have the point in Bristleback. Now he finally has the point in it, but he might trade around into the Skull.
He's gonna just
never
turn
mind,
around
the full
with
stick.
a wand charge. Yep.
TP in now from Shrimp Tech. He's got level 6. This is a free duel victory.
Oh,
But he
He's gonna
doesn't have
get the
to get
duel,
it onto
though.
Rick.
No, he
he
does
doesn't get it
not.
on Bristle, so he doesn't get the duel victory. Kill goes over to him, though. And Jax
That's
dies
still
to
good.
Big Sock here. He gets the Wisdom. Might deny himself to the creeps.
Radiant's bottom
Big Sock still gets it.
no. The little pog's not enough to get rid of him.
Oh, boy. Why are all the WSS guys in my chat right now? It's like when I was or when I was in Hellburst isn't even playing this league. They play in Heroic. No, it's like when I was casting on Thursday and all the golf boys were in my chat. I was like, why are you guys not playing? Okay. People out of town or whatever, but I rescheduled to Tuesday, but
Oh,
Still.
CT.
kind of terrorists,
Needs to
maybe
be
in
careful.
trouble. Trade back around, Fade Bolt from Big Sock.
Nothing going on there too much. Both teams sitting their way, just happy to get whatever they can in this game. Not the most
Nope.
intense game, not a huge bloodbath, but I like the movements people are making.
Yeah, it's quite chill thus far. As we take a look at net worth, Legion sitting top of the net worth though, because
Yeah, Legion has been crushing mid.
I mean,
Granted, Angry Sun
still
has
only
been
about
leading the lane,
300
but-
gold. Yeah, I mean it's only about 300 gold difference between them as we look at net worth. So much like game number 1, Team Awesome has their position 2 at the top of the net worth, but the next 3 are all family of
LC
golf.
TPing out to secure the wisdom.
are scanning.
Wants it onto himself.
This is scumbag move right here. I mean, they obviously agreed to this, but this is you're delaying one of
Mm-hmm.
your supports level 6 by a lot.
Oh,
In
down
order-
bottom. They're gonna find Leon. The roll
I mean,
doesn't connect,
they
but
will
they're
find
gonna find
Leon,
him.
but there's another fight brewing on the top side of the map.
And
So
a
as Leon
TP
goes
in
down
from
here,
Angry
Skull's
Sun.
trying to get away. There's a smoke top
Oh, they're gonna
side.
try to hunt
Chev
on
unable to get the
Twist.
rolling boulder. They're continuing this chase on
Oh.
the Skull. They get the Sprout. He fully sticks up. Tricks to the trades
Mr.
out.
Sanders.
Lets the Shackleford's here. Goes ahead and
Oh, but he
gets
gets
the
his-
ice path.
he gets his
But
ult.
meanwhile, top side, Bernie Sanders
No.
now has the point in the
Nothing.
reincarnation. They weren't able to make that smoke connect. So the trade goes 2 for 0 in favor of Family of Golf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are hunting for your 6s on these supports, like he said.
Dire's
And-
middle tower
Having the inability to find Mr. Bernard Sanders is really, really tough
Yeah.
on you.
The
You
thing is,
lost
unlike
it.
game number 1, the Ladry Commander didn't have that big a lead, although she will get a dual victory here under the T1 tower. Never mind, no dual victory.
Won't get it, but
Still
a
kills
kill is a
Angry
kill.
Sun, though. Yeah. But unlike
Yep.
game number 1, she, like, Shrimp Tech doesn't have a massive lead over the next 3 cores of Family of Golf, who
Mm-hmm.
all have, like, between Angry Sun and the Ricky is 800 gold right now. So, Family of Golf, I think, pretty comfortably in the driver's seat off that lane phase, and Shrimp Tech, 2 duels, no victory damage, actually hurts quite a bit. Grant you, I think you care more about the level 12 dual victory damage than your level 6 dual victory damage, but Still, rock drop
Ooh,
mid,
golem
Rusty
drop
Shackelford
down.
in trouble,
Bob's in.
but the Sprout lands on a Shrimp Tech, and now Jax is TP'd into the fight. Has level 6, so points in the warpath, trying to get onto Leon. Rusty Shackelford making his presence known, taken down a little bit low by the overwhelming odds as Big Sock is kicked back up onto the high ground. They've taken down one, and they might not take down Sock because he's able to TP out. Rolling Boulder on Chev. Trying to look for Shrimp Tech, but doesn't quite find him. Chev, Rolling Boulder up unavailable. Looking for the dive! Doesn't quite connect on the Rolling Boulder, though.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm still stuck on, okay, they killed the golem. I'm still stuck on cinnamon sugar cheese curds. Like, now I want to try,
Yum.
now I want to make this for myself.
Oh, you have to do it when it's hot so that the sugar kind of melts just a little bit. Oh, it's delicious. They're also deep fried, so like, yeah.
I mean, obviously
they rock.
they are.
They rock so hard.
I mean, I'm the type of person who likes non-deep fried cheese curds as well. But like, I was just trying to say, like, when my father was a consultant for a lot of the time worked for a consulting agency for a lot of time when I was a child. So he had business trips to Wisconsin, and you bet he brought back cheese curds. Those were great.
You know they're good cheese curds when they squeak in your teeth.
Yes, exactly. Like, that's the thing is like you don't get good cheese curds down south. Or I guess I'm not down south anymore. I'm in the DC area, North Virginia.
Dire's middle tower
As I have so clearly stated, Virginia is not part of the South.
Dire's middle
So.
tower has fallen.
Yeah, fair.
Dire's top tower is
All right, what are we waiting on?
Okay, Lorenzo in the chat was saying that Ricky owns the BB matchup. Everyone gets that wrong. It's like nearly 50-50.
Owns?
It's because of the AoE silence. I completely forgot about that because I haven't played a lot of Bristleback at all since they gave Ricky the smoke screen, right? So yeah,
Smoke
the
up.
smoke
Good to
screen
play
definitely
Honest
changes the
Legion.
dynamics of that matchup a lot.
Yeah, so I guess seeing red is not good, if that's the case.
Yeah, because you need to be able to get your E off. No, it's
Yeah,
like
they're gonna
literally
find Angry Sun.
I stopped being a Bristleback spammer before that happened, and they do find Angry
And they're gonna
Sun.
drop down on the
This will be a
Dawnbreaker
dual
ult.
victory. First one goes over to Shrimp Tech.
Dual wins. Everybody gets
they committed
bonus
this-
damage.
They committed Solar Guardian.
Spoils
take
of War is the best.
Did take Spoils of War. Another blink on a Rusty. That's a big oof.
The ulti, he's gonna go down. Leon, nicely done.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's
Yeah.
structures are fortified.
Yeah, the actual mortals in chat,
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
all in agreement about us being wrong on that one. Again, like, I have not played, like, it used to be when you played Bristleback, Ricky was free, but it's like, I guess it's the same thing where, like, it used to be if you played Axe, Dazzle was free, but that's not the case anymore. It's like that same thing. It's like they have something new added to their kit that changes the traditional matchup from that, right? And it's another thing is like, yeah, like Ricky can just kind of not hit the Bristleback back, and you know he's not going seeing red, so it's just Viscous Nasal Goo minus armor, good for the team. But yeah, I'm smelling what you're cooking, Immortals in my chat. All three of you who are in agreement that we are wrong. Shout out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I guess this is shout out Hellbears and Dork Horse, because that's where, unless Lorenzo's no longer playing for Hellbears, I can't remember.
Has fallen.
I was like a classic Hellbears lineup, though. There was, Insane Chaos was in here, too, and I'm fairly certain he still plays for Hellbears, but...
A fun little steal that Rubik has, he has got NP ult, so... Getting farm, doing a lot of damage to people.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They do have a duel up, so I'm waiting for them to go find another for him. He's going for the blade mail. Ooh. Could find this NP. He does have a haste rune now.
Is under attack.
Yeah.
Ricky's not gonna go for him.
Again, go. This
CMP
Legion
looking
is
forward to.
not sitting top net worth right now. It's currently sitting on the bristleback. He's going straight Lincoln Sphere. Kind of have to into the Legion Commander matchup.
Yeah, NP going for the Mjolnir as well, so nothing crazy there. Throw it on the bristleback, let him go in.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, are they gonna go on to this Legion Commander? There's 3 of them down here. Oh, there's Legion's gonna back up.
Would be pretty nice. If
Get
they
a
do.
smoke. They want to go on to someone. You got the Ricky down here.
Shrimp Tech. I mean,
Be a
if they
great
find
find.
Bristleback, it might be a
Dire's
kill.
middle tower
Ugh, that's
There's
a
the
lot of
blink
damage.
reveal.
And there
It is
comes
a lot
the
of damage when the sun
Dawnbreaker.
comes in, as well as the Golem. So they get both kills with
What's
the
up,
dual
Bob?
victory. Still does not go over to Shrimp Tech. He's only gotten one successful dual victory
Oh, it's still
this
the best
game.
spell in the game. That's nice,
Ice Path.
Path. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
a great steal from Rubik. They're gonna go right into this Tormentor. The cube.
Okay, correction. The best spell in the game for Rubik to steal is still Black Hole, but you know.
Well, in this game,
In this game, yes. Well, maybe Macropyre. You know.
yeah, both are amazing. I really Path when I play. Just the ability to throw that down wherever you want it. So good.
Angry Sun just TP's out. 8 seconds on duel and still
Ooh.
on Ice Path. Not long enough. Currently sitting only 2 points in the Arcane Supremacy. Smoke. Dire side.
bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, smoked up. Oh, Bernard's
Chev.
gonna find him. Gonna do a lot
Bounce
on
counter
this
terrorist. Gets the
Jakiro.
magnetize. Meanwhile, the Jakiro dies elsewhere. Now
Oh, Rubik,
Bernie
you don't want to be
Sanders
there, buddy.
in trouble. Shrimp Tech also in trouble. Already expended the duel to get the Jakiro, and they've gotten the Rubik. And Shrimp Tech goes down here as
Sprout
well.
up on
Jax
Shrimp.
picks up that one. Oh, I hate this build. I hate this build on Bristleback. I hate it because it's correct.
The Lincoln Sphere.
No,
No
no,
duels
no.
for me.
No. Look at the
The
second
Glimmer?
item. Yeah.
Glimmer.
I hate this. I hate this so much. I hate this because this is objectively the correct build to go this game to. Right? Because, like, yes, BKB, fine, whatever, but you don't really care about your cool spray. Because you went Goof Facet, so, like, who cares about the Ricky Silence? It's literally just like, what kills me? It is duel. And maybe some magic damage from the supports.
Oh,
Okay.
we're gonna go down on Angry Sun. Dawn ult, silenced up, and dead. Great find. Good stuff, Skulls.
I find Bernie
Just
Sanders as
hang
well.
around.
Shrimp Tech's got duel. If he
Ooh,
spots
they're
him on
gonna
Vision, they've
find
got
Bernard.
Rubik. I don't know if it's
Mr.
nearly
Bernard
enough fall
Sanders.
damage. It's Bone Guard stolen though by Rubik, so
Yeah, not what you want.
really wanted Wraith Fire Blast there.
Skulls is 1,000 gold away from an Agnum Scepter as well, so this Ricky's gonna hit hard. Smoked up. They're gonna look for. They can see the DD rune. They can see there is a Warlock mid. Gonna make rotations top or bottom.
Bernie Sanders getting the DD rune. I mean, this is really tricky smoke. I think kind
Yeah.
of like as the net worths start evening out across the cores here, having all this net worth on the Bristleback as opposed to the Nature's profit.
They're gonna wrap
is
around though. They are gonna find Leon for
a different.
the roll.
Maybe Chev. They've got him.
Glimmer.
Mercy Shock of her with the Ice Path here. Bernie Sanders still has the DD rune. Angerson TPing
Oh,
into
this
the
would be
fight.
amazing.
The Ice Path comes down and
But no,
with
he's
the
not gonna be able to
Sprout
get
good
Golem
enough
off.
to kill the Warlock. He can't get the Golem off. Big Suck gonna go ahead and TP away. I believe he still has Bone Guard, so. Okay, Lorenzo's currently on Backdoor Bandits. That's right. Fake champ fan SMH. Oh my gosh.
Is under attack.
Look, man. Look, man. Yeah, okay. I think we're having
can
this
defend
discussion.
yourself,
We're having
it's
this
okay.
discussion on a 5-minute delay. Too correct. Oh my gosh. That's right. Because I was literally
Whoa.
casting. I was literally casting this because it was like half of Hellbears is on Health Bears and the other half is on Backdoor Bandits. I completely forgot about this, and I was literally casting you guys earlier this
The
season.
Bristlebacks Lincoln's popped. They might want to go in. Oh, they're gonna find Leon
boy.
again.
Yeah, bye Leon. Shrimtech tries to blink in,
but
gets
he
the duel on
the Bristleback
Bristleback,
with the duel.
but he doesn't have the damage to pump in. Even with the Solar Guardian coming down, the dual victory goes onto the Bristle. He's got
stolen
20 dual
Macro
victory
Fire.
damage, and now they've taken down the
And Jax could just run free
rest
again.
of them. Yeah, and Jack stays alive. Okay,
No
full
mana
wipe.
for this Ricky.
Full wipe.
He's gonna go down.
Radiant's top
Oh, they popped the Lincolns and they said we can go in on this Bristleback, and no, you cannot. He is still
They just don't have
tanky,
damage.
tanky
They just do not
boy.
have enough damage to win these duels. Bristleback now has 20 damage from duels. Everybody else on this team has 10 damage from duels. Duel has gotten more damage on
Golf.
yeah Duel has gotten even damage between Golf and Team Awesome.
Radiant's middle tower is
but-
under attack.
And that was with Blade Mail. That was with a macro. Stolen Macropire, I do realize. But yes. So sad that he doesn't have the Arcana. Green Macropire that like spits cubes. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, excuse me.
Oh boy. In my defense, I casted Lorenzo saying pretty sure casting us versus the loser of this game. I think so. I think I am still gonna cast that, but yeah.
Are they gonna look for this Earthshaker bottom? Or this Earthshaker, this Earth Spirit?
In my defense, though, Hellbears used to be in Champ League, and also like I've been casting these players for so long. Excuse me for coming back and not being on the same teams anymore.
They might find this Earth Spirit. They don't want the Bristleback. That's for sure.
They
Well,
might have damage with Golem and Ricky here, and they got the break, and
He's
the Lincolns
broken.
pop.
oh, the bomb.
This will be a dual victory.
Yeah, they do get the dual victory, and everybody gets damage except the Ricky.
Ooh, didn't get an assist. Oops.
Ah, tragic.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. This is sitting. I don't know. Let's play Guess the Game. I mean, this game is not. This game is barely
No.
sitting over a kill a minute. Like, we're just kind of chilling.
I'm gonna say 50. I'm gonna say 61 towards.
You said 61 towards Dire, yes?
Yes.
66.
Okay.
Bernie Sanders. He's got Blink. Already had that Radiance completed. Going BKB.
What I am learning from Guess the Gamen is that I am way more Fence City than Steam or than Valve is.
I mean, you are more accurate than Plate, and Plate is significantly higher ranked than you, so you know.
Yeah, because Plate doesn't know ball. We all know it.
Speaking of knowing ball, how are you feeling about the Minnesota Twins this year?
Oh, shush. Silence. Silence.
My team is the Pirates. Come on, man. This isn't even me making fun of you.
I'm actually a Toronto Blue Jays fan.
Oh my god. Are you really?
Yeah. Oh, I have a Blue Jay tattoo.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, my father was a disgruntled Minnesota sports fan, you know, watching the Vikings. The Twins do have 2 World Series in his lifetime. But watching like the Vikings and the Wild, literally Texas stole our hockey team. That's insane. So he never made me cheer for the Minnesota teams, and God forbid the Timberwolves be good. So
Haven't the
I got
Timberwolves
to choose my
actually been
teams.
good in the last couple years, though?
Yeah, like the last 3 years, yes.
But
but when I was growing up, they were awful. And
So you're a Jays Raptors fan?
yes, I am.
Oh my gosh.
So my dad, said that
And
you
you
can
had
pick
the
your teams.
audacity to call out Plate on eating Timbits on stream earlier this week.
Oh, I love Canada. Are you kidding me?
I just like this is some new lore.
Yeah, I love Canada. I'm an international fan. Like I picked the teams that I was like, they need more love. Like, Toronto Jays have Canada behind them. But you never run into Jays fans in the US that aren't from Canada. So I went to last year, the Twins, 2 years ago, last year. The Twins and the Jays played in the playoffs. So me and my dad went, and the amount of Twins fans that walked to me was like, how game? And I was like, oh, I'm local. And they're like, what? It's like, yeah, Minnesotan, born and raised.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, gonna go on to the
bristleback
now.
but they don't have nearly enough damage for him, so he'll survive the duel. Turn back around, telekinesis coming through, as well as the macro
Ricky.
fire, which takes down Skull very low. Skull goes down, and Jack survives. Oh no. They're able to finally take down the Jakiro, but they still have the Sages of the Immortal of Angry Sun, even with the health bars low on Bernie Sanders and Jax. They are looking A-okay. I mean, I would rather root for the Blue Jays than the Twins as well, so don't worry about it.
Well, I always say like it's 1A and 1B. Like I still get all the updates on my team on my phone.
Oh man, Chev comes back in,
Oh,
gets
no,
the kick
Leon.
back around, and the magnetize on two as Big Sog is in a lot of trouble. Counter terrorist
blade
goes
mail
down, he
hurts,
does
but
not
not
buy
enough.
back. Leon goes down, he does not buy back. And Big Sock getting doped by
no,
Chev.
my
Kicked
poor
back,
Rubik.
doesn't quite get the kill. Stolen dual breath, Chev trying to roll out of the way. Ends up trading himself.
He's gonna get a kill on the Rubik eventually, but yes, he still dies. They are hunting. They do have a duel,
Oh man.
and Bernie is hanging around. The senator from Vermont.
Yeah. No, but that's wild. I mean, to be fair, like when I lived in Atlanta, Braves weren't even my number 2 team, because I was born and raised a Penn Steelers
Disgusting.
Pirates fan.
Disgusting.
Look, I root for the Pirates.
I love the
That
Pirates.
absolves
Andrew
me of all.
McCutcheon is-
That absolves me of all sins of the other Pittsburgh
you're
sports
a Steelers
teams.
and a Penguins fan. There's
Yeah,
still
but I'm not
sin.
a bandwagon. I'm not a bandwagoner. My mom's
Fair.
from Pittsburgh.
Do you want to hear the worst thing? So I'm a Toronto Blue Jays fan. Like I said, I have a Blue Jay tattoo. I've got a Jays jersey. But my football team isn't the Vikings. No. My father said you can pick any team because the Vikings have hurt me so much. So I chose to become a Jacksonville
going on
Jaguars
Allegiance.
fan.
Why do you do that to yourself?
Because like I said, I wanted this. I'm cheering for the small market teams that need more love.
That's like my brother like suddenly becoming a Chargers fan at his senior year of high school. Despite living in Atlanta, it's like,
Yep.
like you are intentionally hurting yourself with your choice of team. You could choose any team in the world.
I could.
Like
And if you watched esports, I've tied myself to mouse sports. I refuse to have any other favorite team, and they've hurt me immensely. Their Dota teams always suck. Their CS:GO team is just always just barely there. I cheer for these teams, and I do not leave them.
Who's your favorite Blue Jay, and why is it Dave Steeb?
Dave Steeb?
Yes.
No, I would probably say my
you're-
favorite.
It's
So,
not Steve.
there's-
Who is it?
Steve is pretty awesome. I mean, Roy Halladay growing up, awesome.
Shrimp Tech
Oh,
trying to look for a duel, finds it on
He
Angry
finds-
Sun.
he
Should be
finds
enough
a
for the
dual
duel victory
target.
damage, and it is with the ult coming down from the Dawnbreaker, but she immediately falls, and Angry Sun still had the Aegis the Immortal, so even though they trade the Jakiro, they'll find counter-terrorists as well as this Rubik. Skull has to TP back into base, as Chev just wreaked havoc on the supports there. Gungaster popped on the bristleback. And they get the dual victory, but it's only the Aegis of Angry Sun. Telekinesis, stopping the damage from Skull. Goes into the tricks of the trade. Leon's here, doesn't have the rock available to him. Mashev dives back out of the way. Jax is just honey badgering under the T2 towers right now and takes down the Rubik, who bought back in that fight. But yeah.
Ouch.
I mean, like, hey, at least the Jays are like a fun team to watch this year. They're not going to make the playoffs, but they're a fun team to watch.
Vladdy, Bo, Kevin Gossman, Max Scherzer. Like, you have fun storylines.
And in comes Shev, Skull, going to go invis, and they
Ooh,
get the duel
they are
again
gonna find him.
on Angry Sun. It's a great find.
It's a good
Shev pretty
duel.
low here too, goes down through the tricks of the trades. They nearly find Megas here, as Bernie Sanders is just solo killing Leon. Gets out barely. Bernie Sanders
Gonna find this Jakiro kill.
not have
No tricks of the
buyback.
trades left.
Rusty, big ice path. Jax is just gonna try to go for Skull here. Hello? Can he even make this happen? Is this legal? What? All right.
Wow.
Maybe I need to add Bristleback. Not adding Bristleback back to my hero pool. That hero is dead to me. But Jax is making it look good.
Yeah. Play the pause 5 Bristleback like Crash loves.
I mean, I did play an RD2L match of Pos 5 Bristleback. I never want to play that hero again. Like, it was literally like they took my Abba out of the pool, they took my Wyvern out of the pool, they took my Dazzle out of the pool in the first round of bans. And it's like, all right, what can you play? And I'm like, all right, time for the Bristleback pick. We won that game, but geez. Oh. Fiance aggro for Earth Spirit. But yeah, no, I'm unfortunately a Pirates fan. It's fun watching Paul Skeens. However, we started the season 1 and 5 now.
Yeah. Who's the? It's not Ellie De La Cruz.
It's O'Neal Cruz. Is who you're thinking?
O'Neal
of.
Cruz. Yes.
I mean, like, he's like a freak of nature athlete, but his decision making kind of sucks, and he's like brand new to the outfield, playing center field this year because he just wasn't a very good shortstop, and like he has the exact qualities you want out of a center fielder. In that he is fast and tall.
You're gonna find this Earth Spirit
has a
mid.
great armor. Earth Spirit's just dead.
No duel.
Victory.
No duel.
No.
No, I just love that he was like, 6'8" playing shortstop. Like, what?
Yeah. No. He's moved to center field. I think it's a good decision in the long run, but right now he's still minus defender there. So, but kind of all our outfield defense sucks. So it's what it is. Now the unfortunate thing is that Jared Jones, who is our number 2 starter and is also on other teams, could be an ace. And Nick Gonzalez, who is our starting second baseman, who is like ready to have a breakout year, are both on the IL because Nick Gonzalez hit a home run and proceeded to limp around the bases and has an ankle fracture and will be out of contention for 6 months. And Jared Jones has something going on in his elbow, which apparently doesn't need Tommy John surgery, but also, oh hello, Big Sock ends up dying.
Sorry, Leon.
Or Leon ends up dying, and Big Sock gets the Tormentor there.
And they're not going to be ready to defend this, are they? After Tormentor?
This is Megas,
Yeah.
so buyback now from the Warlock. He does have Rock. And Megas we go, 32 minutes into the game.
Either.
Dawnbreaker. 9
Dawnbreaker
seconds on
going
the
in.
Solar Guardian, though.
BKB
Pops the BKB. Jack's trying to get on the Skull. Tricks to the trade out of the way on top of Counter Terrorist, though.
Wow, this Bristleback is just scary. Octarine, Lotus,
Yeah,
Sanjay Nasha.
and the Gem of True Sight, too. Absolutely deletes
they're
through
gonna
a big
find the
duel on the
Jakiro.
back line with the Solar Guardian, but the duel victory does not go over, even with the kill on the support. The Magnetize is huge. Immediate buyback from both the Pos 3 and the Pos 2 here as Jax just ravages the back line. Now under Shrimp Tech, he doesn't have duel, he doesn't have anything. Triple kill for Jax. Chev dives the base, ends up falling for it, but it's 4v3 in the base. No buybacks available for the Radiant team at all. Jax pretty low, so is Bernie Sanders, but he has his ultimate, and they're just going for the throne. Ultra kill for Jax now as he steals that one away, and that will be GG called. Family of Golf move on into the upper bracket finals, and Team Awesome drop down to the lower bracket.
Wow. Fun game. Really enjoyable game as well. But I think you were right. Shrimp Tech needed it. It was all on him.
Yeah, they just didn't
When
have
you're
damage
playing
to
on a
pump into
1-0.
this duel, as our they say Divine 6 Twitch chat was saying earlier on. Thank you all for watching. We will see you on Thursday for more AD2L action. I will be casting Team Awesome, I believe, in their lower bracket match. So until then, I will see you. My name has been Finnick. That's been Minnesota Nice, and we will see you around.
Have a good one.
Thank you.